We are live. We are terrible at YouTube. Here we are. We watched the movie. Welcome back.
Hello.
Can you hear Jay?
Hi.
It's an important question we have to ask tonight.
That is true.
I can hear Jay. I can see Jay. I can smell him. But can you hear him?
Smells like curve.
We need to know. You need to tell us. I'm going to blow a guy for Nutella.
Oh.
I don't even like Nutella. That's actually not true. I think it's disgusting. Do you like Nutella?
Isn't that like a chocolate thing? Like a chocolate?
It's a hazelnut spread.
I like nut. No, I mean like in candy bars.
For the nougat?
No, I'm not talking about the wiener juice.
Okay, they can hear you, so we're good there. Hello, chat. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. It's the first time we've seen you guys in a week, which is weird. Did you feel like you haven't? I feel like I haven't seen friends in like a really long time. Like we've been on vacation or something.
Yeah, it's been a minute. How you guys been? Can I borrow $20? That's usually how it works. I haven't seen you in a while. Can I borrow $20? I'll pay you back, bro. I swear to God. I'll pay you back.
I'll never forget that one time my parents took me on vacation when I was 17, and they didn't know I smoked yet. So I couldn't smoke the whole trip. But they had these Krispy Kremes that were like chocolate covered and had the frosting inside of them. So I because you know when you can't smoke, like, or we're trying to quit smoking, you eat a fuck ton. Yeah. I ate the fuck out of those things every time I desired a cigarette. And I'll never forget waiting back, you and Will and Kyle and Angela, my girlfriend at the time, y'all were all waiting in my garage for us to pull up so we could hang when I got home. As soon as I stepped out of the car, everybody goes, "God damn, dude, you got fucking fat."
Yo, I remember your face was swollen. But because I think you were like I think you said something like yeah, dude, I ate a lot of steak. I was eating a lot of steak.
Yeah, it was the fucking Krispy Kremes got me, dude. Hey, Derek says he's got some nut for you, Jay.
Oh, good for you. Is it the nougat? What kind is it? Is it like, are we talking about payday bars? Or are we talking about like, you talking about your wiener juice? Come on, Derek. Save that for Mike's face. You know how it works.
There's some vending machines just right here in the men's bathroom. Yeah.
Actually, Derek, I might take you up on it, but it better be the good kind of nut, okay? You know what I'm talking about. You better not like have anything in it.
Now, some of you guys, now I've said like we missed you guys. It's only been a week. I've seen a couple comments like, "Did you guys just stop doing live streams?"
I saw that too.
I was like, "No, man, we missed one live stream. We missed one."
I did see someone said, "Are you guys just done with the live streams?" I was like, "Why would you think that?" No. Like there was the one I feel like every time I read a comment like that, I want to play filter. Do you want to take my picture? By the way, I always thought I just listened to it. I think it always sounds like, "Do you want to take my picture? Because I can't read some books." I don't know what
because I don't even remember.
Oh, is that what he said? It sounded like he says, "I can't remember," or "I can't read some books."
My favorite part of that song is that at the end of it, he goes on a rant about his father out of nowhere. It's just all of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, Dad, what do you think about your son now?" And he's like, "You're in a band that had like 2 halfway hit songs. It's pretty cool."
You know, he was probably like in the garage writing that with his band, and they didn't even expect that during a live show, and he just goes fucking Puddle of Mud like when he tried to sing Nirvana, and they're like, "What the hell, man?"
Oh God,
it's like that. It's like that movie, Doing That Thing You Do, when he starts speeding up and he starts going fast. He's like, "What are you doing, guy? That's way too fast." And he's just go with it. He's like, "Doing that thing you do," and he was like, "It's too fast." He's like, "No, man, I just went with it." Yeah, it was an improv. Like that's what it sounds like. Yeah, when he starts going off, it doesn't make any sense in that song.
Yeah, I still.
But then again, Semi-Charm Kind of Life. I didn't even know that was about like drugs for a long time.
It's about meth and blowjobs. Apparently, is what Semi-Charm Kind of Life's about. It's still a great song. By the way, I still haven't seen That Thing You Do. Still haven't watched it.
That's a great movie.
I don't like that time in music, so like I can't get into it. And I didn't like Leo at that point in his career either. I wasn't a Leo fan at that point.
Who?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He wasn't in it.
No, I'm thinking of Catch Me If You Can. Yeah,
I've never seen
They
that
both
one.
had Tom Hanks.
Steve Zahn was in That Thing You Do.
Was Tom Hanks was in that though, right?
Yeah, he was the manager. Yeah, okay. It's great, but it's badass, dude. It's funny as fuck. Steve Zahn is great in it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I did watch a new movie I've never seen last night. I watched The Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer. Fucking badass movie, dude.
I watched that forever ago. I can barely remember anything about it. They were hunting a lion, weren't they?
Yeah.
And her name was Sheila.
It was two lions, and they were demon lions. Hey, by the way, I figure it'd be fun next week if you and I get together in honor of the movie that's coming out about Val Kilmer's life. Val, if you want to get together next week and like do our top 10 Val Kilmer movies, he's got some fucking bangers, dude.
I know, it's amazing stuff. Like that guy, I feel like what happened. Like that trailer is so fucking sad, dude. What happened? What went on with Val Kilmer? I'm gonna watch it though. That documentary looks great.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Val, check it out because it's his whole life as recorded by him, and it talks about his having throat cancer and what happened to his career and all that. And the trailer alone will make you want to fucking cry. So I know the movie's going to do that, but I need to watch a couple, and I know you need to watch before we do it. You have to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with him and Robert Downey Jr. One of his best movies. I need to watch The Saint again, even though I know that's a fucking badass movie. Bong up top. I need to watch The Island of Dr. Moreau because I've never seen it.
That movie blows ass. That movie blows.
That's what I heard.
You could just skip that one. That one's a fucking garbage juice movie.
I almost want to watch it just because I know it's supposed to be bad though.
It's like watching Cats on film. Like the Broadway show Cat. It's awful, dude. Like I don't know. I mean, it had a good premise and Val Kilmer's awesome in it, but it just didn't really live up to the hype. Some people like it. I mean, I don't know. You might be one of the weird ones. Like one of the few. Like I do like that movie. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Halloween Resurrection's my favorite.
Podcast 1919. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. He says, Mike and Jay, I hope you guys are doing great. Wonderful, thank you. Just got home from the birthday festivities in Austin. 33 never felt so good. Hey, happy birthday, Austin.
Happy birthday, man.
I mean, happy birthday, podcast. Who's in Austin? Woo!
I hope you got fucking tanked and you had a safe way home. Maybe you Ubered that shit.
Eric Striffler was just in Austin. He was telling us about the emo night that he did there. That was apparently amazing. So maybe you guys hung out and that's what we didn't know. Happy birthday, dude. I hope it was a great one. Man. Apparently it was. Sure.
William Whaley says 6 minutes in and already 2 dislike. Who acting stupid? It's our mom and dad. They always disapprove of this channel.
Yeah, it's our mom and dad. God damn it, Dad.
But that's not unusual. That like I know things are on the right track when we have at least 2 dislikes. I was like, everything's gonna go smooth. We have 2 dislikes. Fuck yeah. That's always a good thing.
Whenever someone hates something so much but follows it around just to dislike it before it's even out, I always just think to myself the same thing, and that's your poor significant other. Their life must be fucking horrendous if they have to live with you because you must be a miserable son of a bitch. I wish the best for you. I really do, whoever did that. 225 Savage, 2005. But he's got that Halloween 6 mask in his icon. Says, I went to my crush's work to surprise her, and she broke my heart. I have a question. Are y'all going to do a Bond movie ranking video? I
like that.
That was a big segue there.
I like how you. That's like you missed your exit, and you immediately turned the car around in the middle of a speeding highway and said, "That's my exit." That sucks, man. That you got your nuts crushed by your crush, but whatever, fucker. You'll find someone better. Don't worry about it. As far as the ranking of the James Bond films, we've talked about doing that before a long time. We've talked about doing that, but I don't know. That's a project, man. That's a big project.
I'm a huge Bond fan, and I haven't even seen all the films. So, I mean, I don't know if technically I would call myself a huge Bond fan if I haven't seen all the films. I don't know. I own all the films. I bought that gigantic Blu-ray thing, and they're all scratched up now because I take them out and play with them and rearrange them like cards. But it was a beautiful case. I would love to do that. I'm sure.
If you felt like what I've done, he's like, I've watched a few here and there, like smatterings of James Bonds. I mean, you just cannot avoid it. It's so badass and worldwide global phenomenon that it is. But I mean, more so I focused on the Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig era. But I did watch the what was his name, the one in the 80s, Dalton, was that the one that took over, the
Andy
one that
Dalton.
was not Andy Dalton, I know who that is. Isn't he a football coach?
I didn't say that as a joke at first, but
the guy that was before Pierce Brosnan. He was a badass.
It's not Rick Dalton.
Rick Dalton sounds like an out-of-work NASCAR driver.
Rick Dalton's the guy from fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, he is an out-of-work action.
Well, yeah, you nailed it.
He was an out-of-work somebody. Fuck me anyway. That guy, the dude that they basically based the Daniel Craig character a lot on. Like he was more of an action junkie than they'd ever had before. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. That's not Roger Moore. It's not Roger Moore. It was after Roger Moore.
Fuck Roger Moore. And I know that sounds bad, but I hate Roger Moore.
Well, Roger Moore was he went to the corny ass phase of James Bond. That's like when it was like Batman and Robin shit.
Not for me, Joe.
But when Roger Moore first started out, he actually had some serious roles. And then once the time was a changing, and they were like, "Hey, make stupid shit, make dumb stuff. Let's have a fight on a train with clowns and stuff." I was like, "What?"
I can't do that shit. He doesn't even look like James Bond. Roger Moore does not even look like he could be James
Timothy
Bond
Dalton.
in a million years.
Timothy Dalton. Joe Bob. Thank you, man. What are you doing here? Don't
Joe
you have
Bob
a trailer
knows.
park? Talk about movies in. Damn. What are you doing?
Of course, Joe Bob would know that. Latrell 3, and don't worry, guys, Joe Bob's not actually in the chat. He talked to us a couple times, and I don't think he liked this. Latrell 316 says, "Hey, you sexy facts. Glad to see you tonight. Glad to see you too, Latrell. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And I saw that you also upped your Patreon subscription.
Does he get free lobster?
Yes, I sent you lobster thermidor.
You sound like that fucking chef that's going crazy in Little Mermaid. Oh, you take a slice of right here, and you flip it up and saute it there. Yes. With the big ass mustache.
Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He says, the other day my cousin was watching R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour, and the first episode has Bailey Madison from The Strangers Pray at Night. Yeah, she's in a few things, man. You know who? Not a lot of people know this, but you know, fucking Ryan Gosling was in an early episode of Goosebumps. How about that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and so was the chick from she was in Are You Afraid of the Dark? The girl next door. Remember that movie?
Alicia Cuthbert.
Alicia Cuthbert. Yeah, she was in
Cuthbert. Yeah. I saw her at a Starbucks once. No, It wasn't her. It was Kaylee Cuoco.
I don't know.
I was sitting in Starbucks editing a video, and her boyfriend was, I guess, like a famous horse trainer guy or whatever. So she was
like, he looked like a horse, and and he was hung like one too.
Yeah, he must be. But yeah, she came in there. She had like shit all over her. Not like shit, but she had like, her face and stuff. She was very covered up. Her hair was like in a ponytail. She had like riding pants and stuff on. Wearing sunglasses.
Like she was going through ancient pyramids in Egypt. She had her face wrapped up.
Yeah. And then like this is back when we didn't have internet at the house, so I had to go to Starbucks to edit videos. And I'm sitting there and like I hear, and I saw her walk in. And I looked at her and I just thought, person walking by. And then like everybody freaked out if she left. They're like, "Oh my god, that was Kaylee Cuoco," and I was like, "Wow, well, it's not like I had a chance with her anyway."
Kaylee, is that how you say her last name? I kind of is she the one from Is she from The Big Bang?
Yeah,
I always thought it was Kelly Cucho.
Could be Tony Cuoco.
Hey, look at that coochie! That coochie! that hot coochie!
Look at that coochie mama.
Kelly Cucho. Yeah, I don't know how to say her last name. I only know her from that show, but yeah, I would like the name. I was like, it sounds like you ordered a cocoa at Starbucks. It's like, can I get the Kelly Cuoco? It's like, I don't know what that is.
I never watched that show. The only reason I knew who she was is because I had a Maxim with her on the cover. And oh my god, if you have that weird. Maxim, you know what I'm talking about. Jesus Lord.
I worked at Rite Aid. I seen it. It was always on the front cover. I had it safely tucked away.
I think it was the British one, though. I think I got it like half price.
I had it safely tucked away behind the counter because children should not be looking at it, even though I did take it with me on break now and again. But nothing happened. I was just reading the articles. But you know what's funny is like the Big Bang.
I want to read the article, and I can't because the pages are stuck.
Yeah. I don't know why. Well, what happened is that I was trying to Elmer glue something, and then it dripped on there. So it's weird. I didn't nut on it. Derek, you asshole. Anyway, no, but actually, speaking of the Big Bang Theory, it's funny to me, and I didn't know this, but apparently a lot of, while we consider ourselves geeks and nerds and whatever, but apparently people got really pissed. Some people got pissed off of that show because they felt like they were making fun of the nerd like phenomenon rather than embracing it. I'm like, I didn't really get that. I don't know. I never watched it, so I can't really judge it, but it was popular enough. It was huge. I mean, it fucking gave a guy from Roseanne another start. Like, I never thought David was going to do shit except be Darlene's punching bag.
He was in Entourage, too. He was actually a twatsicle in Entourage. James Young, by the way, James Young said, thanks for the super chat. I don't think I've ever noticed your name in here before, James, but you have definitely debuted yourself with poise. His comment was simply, is Michael Myers capable of nut?
Every time he kills one, he has a little stain that appears on his crotchal section.
Definitely not like the kind of candy bar.
Yeah, well, it's not like I figure like it's one of those involuntary ejaculations. Like, it's just like it's like a prostate. Did I say 2 fingers? I meant 3. Like it just when he stabs it the first time, he's like, oh
yeah.
I mean, you heard how excited when he was choking that chick in the car in the first one, the original 78. He was like, oh
yeah. That's true.
He was leaving all sorts of evidence behind on that back seat. I swear to God, if they had it a black light, that motherfucker would have lit up like the 4th of July back there, because it would have just been everywhere.
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, if you read the book, the original book, this is like a joke question. We're gonna give it a super serious. Actually, I saw his pants sticking to his crotch a little bit halfway through Halloween 4. But no, if you read the book, the original novel, it says like he has basically a husband's bulge at some point. He's walking around the streets, and it's like it said his member was throbbing. He had a throbbing member. I'm pretty sure was the exact wordage. Or I think maybe I'm getting throbbing, a joke. Yeah, and that
that's right. I remember that.
Melons. Yeah, that's LL Cool J, H2O, round melons.
Skillum Shatner says Myers be milking. No, Myers be stroking. I mean, he stroke it to the left, and he stroke it to the right, and he'll kill that woman and stroke it to her that he wants tonight. He's been stroking. Yeah.
Down. Jonathan Mann, thanks, buddy. He says, "What if Michael talks in Halloween Kills, and his first words are the Amadeus song?
Where it's like German.
Yeah.
No, he was like, he's like, say something, Michael. He's like, come Amadeus. Amadeus. That's, it's funny. It's weird because I didn't know that. There's a guy I didn't really know him, but it was at a karaoke. It was at a karaoke bar that Mike and I usually frequent. This dude knew all the words to that song in German, but he had no idea what they fucking meant. He just learned the song because they played it on radio, and he loved that song so much he started learning the words. But it's no different than really a foreign person like learning all the English songs but not really knowing how to speak English that well. But he knew he knew it all. Like, it was crazy.
I think it's hilarious because I can just picture that guy in his car on his way home from work, like, and like rapping like he's badass. Like,
if I could sing that song the way that it was, like, by Falco and in the German language, I would put that down on a resume that I could speak another language. They were like, "Oh, I see you speak German." I was like, "Yes, and like that's all I would say."
Yeah, sir, can you? The German guy asked, "Could you fix the toner here in this cartridge?" And he's like, I don't know what the guy's problem is. All he ever says is "Rock me Amadeus." That's all he says.
I always thought there's one. He sounded like he said, "A great poupon." That's what it sounds like. He says "great poupon."
I could only do angry German, like "Who's Frankenstein of Rocken Guben? I was rocken doch Snacken Fronts. Bretok, yes, shakala." I don't know. I said "shakala" at the end. It wasn't anything like it, but I could do the Friedenheim and Fluck. That's all I can do. And I'm part German.
I took like half a semester in German. I learned Guten Tag, and that's all I know.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Because Guten Tag, and then they would say, "Now say where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom?"
Bonjour. Buongiorno.
Oh
shit. Chase Banks, thanks, buddy. Says, "I hope all is well with you both. I just quit my job at Amazon and I'm starting a new and better job on Monday. Celebrating with beers. Cheers."
Hey, all right. Good luck,
Cheers,
man.
my friend.
You got a great time.
Look at you doing what makes you fucking happy in the world. Proud of you, man. Fuck yeah, Chase Banks.
Get it done.
Get it. Get inside of it and fuck it.
Get inside you.
Me to stay.
Movie chat. They have a mashup between those two songs.
So some DJ should flip that shit.
That would be like, "Get inside you." I'm sure like there's a combo there. Someone's got to figure out that Hadouken and put it on tape.
Movie chat and more. Thanks, buddy. He says H2O or Urban Legend. H2O just because it has Michael Myers in it, and I haven't seen Urban Legend in many years. Need to get on that, by the way. That would be a fun man versus movie to go through all the. But is there only 3?
I thought there was 4.
If there's 4, that's the perfect number, actually. I think it's not a hard one to do.
Well, I'm not even the big H2O fan, but I mean, obviously H2O is like H2O. Urban Legends, I don't remember liking it that much. I think it was average. I think I watched it and was like, yeah, it's all right. And then I was like, it's all right. I don't know. Then I forgot about it. And I heard like a taco.
I heard one of the sequels actually like aged well and it's actually pretty good. I could be confused, but I need.
Was it the one girl? Wasn't the girl the killer in the Urban Legends, like the kind of hot one with the braided hair? It kind of looked like a Barbie hair. There's like a brunette.
I did not know. I know Jared Leto was in there. I'd probably fuck him.
Oh, by the way, speaking of careers that really went nowhere, but is on the rise, Jerry O'Connell is now introduced as the new host of The Talk, following Sharon Osbourne's exit
Is
That's
that
right.
I saw that
Jerry
headline.
O'Connell.
I don't know
the fat
why
kid from Stand By Me and Sliders, great show. And fucking Rebecca Romaine is the new host.
I have no unearthly idea why you felt the need to bring that up here, but I did see that article.
Somehow failed careers.
Oh.
That chick
hey,
was.
he had a decent. He voiced Superman, dude, in all the animated films for DC, and he was in Tomcats.
Jerry O'Connell Jerry O'Connell would be the guy that I would pick to be like. Well, you know what? Jerry O'Connell could be in a superhero movie, but Jerry O'Connell looks like the kind of guy that I would trust to buy my first house from. Like he looks like a really nice, honest face, and that he understands where you're at, and he's going to get you the best mortgage he can because he cares about you.
Yeah, he does look like a trustworthy guy. I don't know why.
Joe's Apartment and Joe's Apartment. Yes, Joe's Apartment was
Scream 2.
Phenomenal.
Scream 2, anybody? Buying the Cow was he's one of my favorite Scream characters, actually. Buying the Cow was because the reason he's one of my favorite Scream characters is because he looks like he's going to turn out to be a total doucher and be like a typical jock or whatever. And his girlfriend is shitting on him the entire time, thinking he's a goddamn serial killer. And he wasn't, and he was still cool. And then he died.
I love Jerry. Do you know what? Honestly, I think that Jerry O'Connell, that would have been a way more memorable role for me, and I would have been like way on board with it if he had turned out to be one of the killers. I'd be like, that makes fucking like that's because he was like the jock guy. He had all the good grades. He was like popular as fuck. He had a really hot girlfriend, and then you turned out to be a psycho killer. I was like, that makes sense. And also, the one thing that gets me about the Scream Killer, the other guys in the first one, they were moving bodies around left and right. Jerry O'Connell was kind of a big dude, and he was a jock. It would have made sense that it would have been like he was able to move some of these bodies around like he was, like they didn't weigh anything, or like he was kind of hard to take down. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was too obvious, though. I think that's why he wasn't the killer, because it would have been too obvious.
My receding hairline is too obvious. That was not obvious.
I thought he was going to be the killer. The only reason I didn't think he was going to be the killer is I thought it was too obvious for him to be the killer, so he could never be the killer. But maybe if so facto they slid it. I don't know. I thought people would have been pissed if he was the killer.
I know, but the same argument could be used for Scream 1. It's like, so the weird kid that looks like he smells like pee that wants to be Johnny Depp, that's always talking about like looking like he's emo as shit, is not a suspect at all.
He was the heartthrob,
but
though.
He was weird as fuck. He would have his hair like halfway down in his eye, and be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about a little rated R shit."
Well, the thing with Scream, though, that's true, but Scream was shocking because you never thought of it being two of them. Like, that never crossed your fucking mind. So Matthew Lillard coming in and be like, Scream, that was
the best angle. The Lillard idea, with him coming in, and you had no idea because he was the fun-loving, like he seemed like a caring kind of guy, but he was a jokey dude. Because I think a lot of people, they were trying to throw the suspicion on, what the fuck's his character's name? The one that was all in the movies is the movies. Randy, because he was a fucking weirdo that loved horror movies and shit. So
yeah, Chef Bo. By the way, we have a ton of Scream news to talk about tonight. Get excited, Jay. Chef Bo, thank you, sir. He says, "What's your favorite episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?" My favorite episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark is the one where they find the camera. And like the camera ages you like 10 years or looks 10 years into your future or whatever. Mainly that's because the only one I can specifically remember. And I remember one that was in a mall that was scary.
I think my favorite episode is the one that said the taxes took all my money from my paycheck. Oh, that was real life. That was real life. I don't have a like a one specific. I know that there was one that kind of freaked me out when I was a kid, where it was like a little dead boy and it was like, I'm cold. And she always kept seeing him and had blue lips and shit. I'm like, fucking get that motherfucker a heating pad. he kept showing up, like, and he would always be like, I'm cold. I mean, at first you're like freaked out and scared, but eventually somebody throw him like a hot ham sandwich. It's like, this will warm you up, or here's some whiskey.
What, your kids don't like falafel?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Anthony Fitzgerald, thanks, buddy. Says, hey, guys, what's your opinion on Scream 5? Would it be better if Neve Campbell's character died early in the film or for her character to survive again? That is so funny that you bring that up. And there's a whole article we're going to talk about in a minute that's like 5 theories on Scream. This article thinks that the 5 best theories on Scream, and I think they mentioned that. But Neve Campbell dying early or character survives again. Here's the thing for me about Neve Campbell dying early. It's just that it gives you this empty feeling of, yeah, it's surprising, but it's like, fuck. If Neve Campbell ever dies, it's going to be like, well, I guess the last 4 movies were stupid because, like, she did all that just to fucking die anyway. But I guess that's what's going to happen with Laurie Strode, too, so I don't really know. It's interesting. But I don't know. I'd rather have her die, but at the same time not die ever.
I think I would go with option 1. I'll hit the red box button, kill her off early. And the reason why is I feel like if you want to move forward with that franchise and you want to adapt it and evolve it to make sense for now. They've got to get rid of these older characters that have, and I'm not saying they've held them back in any way, but if they want to move forward with a new generation, they're going to have to kill off these characters. And honestly, that's the Scream, baby. That's the shocker. If you killed off one of the main stars for the first 4 movies early as fuck, people are like, huh? I don't see that coming. I thought she was going to be the whole fucking thing, even though they tried that with Halloween Resurrection. We all know how that turned out. A Buster Rhyme karate kick to your throat. But I don't think they're going to make that mistake.
What I think might happen is that they might kill her off, but they won't actually kill Sidney Prescott off. They will do a super fucking Wes Craven meta thing, and somehow, some way, the actor Nev Campbell will be in the movie, and they'll kill her off. I don't know. I know that sounds fucked up and wild and weird. It's just I have a stick in my butt that tells me that that's what's going to happen. I read it on the back of a fucking Snapple this morning.
They always give good advice and great tea. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just feel like, and I like Nev Campbell. She was so great in that Wild Things movie. Wow, that's an Academy Award winning scene if I've ever seen one. But she's one of those chicks that I feel like she's even done too. Like. She's coming back. She's excited for Scream 5. But I mean, even in the back of her mind, I'm sure even Wes Craven was thinking the same thing. He's like, hey, man, if you're going to keep adapting or evolving this series, you've got to go on with a new cast. I mean, it's the only way to work it. I mean, it's not like, I know people are like, well, what about when Robert Englund? I was like, yeah, but it's different with Robert Englund and Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, Robert Englund was like the antagonist the entire movie. There was one singular guy. But if you'll notice, except for a couple of the films of Nightmare on Elm Street series, they never recycled those characters. They killed Nancy off in the 3rd movie, and she never came back except in the 7th movie, which is that meta shit. And then Tuesday Night never came back. She died in the 5th one. So I mean, they never recycled the cast very often. I don't know. I just feel like Scream is one of those, and I know they're beloved. I mean, everybody loves those characters, but you got to move on. I mean, you got to let it go, Jim. I mean, God. You only went out with her for 2 weeks. God,
I like them. There's a whole conversation we have about that here in a little bit. Gary Catlow says I have all the Bond movies in a massive box set as well. You should watch them all in order over time and do them as commentary videos. LOL. That would YouTube would never show our videos to any of you again if we did all the Bond movies. It's something with the algorithm. If we don't do specifically what we're boxed in to do, and we do anything outside the ordinary, they basically just bury us in the search results, and no one gets to see our fucking videos. But that's why we have Patreon, and that's something I was thinking about talking to Jay about, maybe bringing a little bit that old school fucking what was the name of that goddamn channel we did back in the fucking day?
Revenge of the Action movie.
Yeah, bringing some Revenge of the Action movie to the old Patreon there, and start doing shit like that there, because they won't fucking let us do it on this channel. Like if we do, our shit tanks. But anyway, we're not here to complain. No,
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong, sir. I think YouTube is the greatest organization of people I've ever seen in my life. I'm so happy that Google bought them, and they allow creative freedom, and they don't bother anybody.
It's very nice. I appreciate
www.youtube.com.
And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, there's an algorithm in YouTube that basically, if over 50% of our fans are Halloween fans and they like the Halloween videos, then when we do something about, say, a Lethal Weapon movie review, we'll put that video up, and if those same people who watched the last Halloween video we did don't click on it, then YouTube will start to bury all of our search results, because YouTube's robot will go, they don't like that channel anymore. So they'll stop showing the Halloween people our videos because we made a Lethal Weapon video. And it really is just a way to just clip the nuts of creativity right the fuck out of you. And that's what they're doing. And that's why our channel suffered heavily there for a while, because we didn't know what the fuck was going on, because we were just being us and doing videos we wanted to do, because, fucking YouTube.
I like Chad. I like Chad Cosper. He's like, yes, brown nose it, Jay. Listen, that's exactly how I got through high school. That's how I graduated. You got to brown nose the fuck out of it. By the time I was done with high school, my nose was more brown than the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. And you know how brown that fucking nose was. Like, it was like darker than that. So yes, I have no problem with sniffing that crack. I have no problems with sniffing any crack to get me ahead. I'm not going to eat it, but I'll sniff it, and I'll brown nose the fuck out of it.
He does it to me just to get me to make him a sandwich.
I don't want your sandwiches. They're terrible, and they've got Mike's Valtrex serum all over it.
That's the special sauce. Sean Fleck, thanks, buddy. He says, Halloween reboot, Danny DeVito as Laurie. That sounds fucking hilarious. I'm in for it. Sounds good. Let's do it. Halloween reboot with Danny DeVito playing Laurie. Imagine Danny DeVito still last
I'll take that. I'll take that. I don't give a fuck. I would love it if he were the killer.
Let him just be Michael. Hell,
I could do. You could do a scary movie where he was the killer, and like it would be like this little short, chubby dude running around and like gets kicked out a window when he tries to threaten you, and they're like, "Who could have done it?" And he's the only.
Hey, what up, Jamie Wright in the chat tonight? What's up, my friend? Mike Productions, thanks, buddy, for the super chat. Says, I just rewatched the Halloween Kills trailer. There's a chant that you can hear. I did a very close listen. It's the whole town of Haddonfield. It's the whole town of Haddonfield saying very clearly, evil must die. It's a lynch mob now. Evil must die.
I can see that.
Evil must die. I like that.
Are they chanting? Man. Are they chanting at LeBron James's house, or is this just like part of the movie? And I like LeBron, but anyway,
that's what I chant at LeBron's games. I fucking hate him.
I know you do.
That's interesting, though.
I can hear you, mouth breather. Shut your fucking mouth. Every time Mike wakes up, LeBron sucks.
It's true. It's true. We're going to talk about LeBron a little bit tonight because the Space Jam's out.
Yeah,
we're going to look at the reviews for that. Are you not going to watch your favorite basketball player in history, the guy that you think is the greatest sports athlete of all time?
My favorite basketball movie? Why don't you just put words in my mouth rather than me have fucking? Are you puppeteering me right now? Jesus Christ! I thought Charles Xavier was the only mutant that do
Those
that.
aren't words. That's my dick. Now suck it.
It's so small. I can't even. I'm gonna spit it out. It tastes like a Tic Tac.
Just pretend it's a Tic Tac.
It looks like one. I can't find it. It looks like I got dropped in the cushion. Anyway, I was just gonna say, actually, my favorite basketball player of all time is none other than Isaiah Thomas. I think you're wrong on there. Okay, I love the Detroit Pistons. It's my favorite team of all time. Derek understands. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I don't have a favorite basketball player of all time. I just think the LeBron gets shit. Well, whatever. I think he's a great basketball player. As far as Space Jam goes, I don't think there needed to be a sequel, and you're gonna have LeBron being the guy. I think it's fucking stupid. I wouldn't have put anybody in that case. And that goes for anybody else that's not Michael Jordan. Y'all can suck a dick. You're going to talk about the greatest basketball player to ever live. That's the guy. Everybody agrees. All the experts agree. And that goes for the Kobe and the fucking LeBron haters or the dick suckers. That's just facts.
Kobe's
if it's not Michael, if it's not actual
player.
Michael Jordan, then never. You don't need it in there.
Kobe's my favorite player of all time, even above Jordan. But even I would say it's Jordan, and then you could make the debate about
there's Larry Bird, there's Magic Johnson. I mean, there's all sorts of people that you could pick
LeBron,
to be a number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Well, LeBron's probably in the top 10, but I mean, either way, the point being is that the reason why that movie was so successful, Space Jam, is Michael Jordan was literally like a superhero on the basketball court. You get one of those guys once a century or something. That's why, and everybody agrees that he was the greatest. Everybody.
Well said. Well, that's not actually true. A lot of people.
Well,
think
the ones that are
better.
salty, like LeBron, yeah, but the one that also doesn't. Isaiah Thomas doesn't like him because he thinks he's a bitch. He thought he was a bitch on the court and off the court.
Did you ever watch the Last Dance thing I told you about?
No, I wanted to watch it, but I actually rewatched the Detroit Pistons Bad Boys or whatever it was called, where they were like talking about the Isaiah Thomas thing. That's why I knew that.
They talk a bunch about that in the Last Dance. You got to watch it, Jay. God damn it. Patricia Gregory, hi. Thank you. She says, hi, Michael J. Love you guys. I love your skits with Michael and Dr. Loomis. Thanks, Patricia. We love you. Appreciate that. Cody Buchanan says, hey, guys, let you know I won't be able to watch you guys Friday. Going to the Days of the Dead con to meet Danielle Harris and Tony Todd. Very excited.
Nice.
Funny story. We were going to be there. We actually were going to go to Days of the Dead this weekend, but stuff didn't pan out. So we could have actually high-fived. But you know, life.
We would have seen each other like in the hallways of high school and done one of those, like we would have missed the high five like Urkel and then just kept going like
sneaking up on you, make you think everything's okay. I don't know why I added the make a think like it's Alanis Morissette, not a fucking ska song. Mike Productions, thank you again. He says, do you think Michael's going to be kind of slowed down by the injuries he had in the 2018 movies? I think no, because if you look at the way that it looks, the first firefighter kills, the way Laurie said every time he kills, he transcends. I think he's weirdly going to get more powerful as the movie moves along, which is going to add to that, is that motherfucker supernatural thought. Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Which weirdly, dude, you remember that? You remember the Halloween 4 Dennis Etchison script that we did that we did the script review for? In that one, he has a super healing power, and at one point he gets stronger when he gets hurt, I think. But at one point he grows to 12 feet tall in that bitch. Because they kind of did that a little bit there. Well, which, I mean,
I think it's called steroids. Michael took one in the ass, and it was a steroid shot that he took while he was burning up. And as the film progresses, the anger that he can't get a hold of his dealer, Jason, It's just you guys see that seen that Ben Affleck HBO fucking series, that special when Ben Affleck punches the wall and he's like, ow, ow. Do you guys remember that? That was the most over the top fucking representation of steroids I've ever seen in my life. The fact that he acted like his shoulder, he was like starting to hit himself and he's like foaming at the mouth like he's a goddamn Cujo rabbit.
If steroids made you taller, though, if steroids made you taller, I would take them.
Yeah, and your dick longer, I know you would. But I mean, my point being,
absolutely,
exactly. There you go.
Who wouldn't?
I know. Well, I wouldn't because I'm happy with my 9 inches. But my point being is like, I feel like that was such an over exaggeration of the steroid abuse. And by the way, steroids aren't good. You shouldn't take them. But I'm just saying, like, that was funny. I remember every time someone says steroid abuse, I think of that special from HBO and think about how over the top and corny that whole thing was. Because again, Ben Affleck taking it and stuff and then acting like he was a goddamn monster. Like, it can happen, but Jesus Christ, like they were acting like he literally was a Pet Cemetery creature that rose from the dead.
Those HBO specials used to get me, man. They had the one for AIDS. That was scary. The kids had the blood pact when they did the blood pact. They got AIDS from that shit. That was scary. They had the girl with bulimia, which just made me hungry because like she would fill the back of her car with all these delicious foods.
Oh yeah, that was gross. They called it it was HBO. What the fuck was that? Crisis? Was it called Crisis or some shit like that? Like it was like a 30-minute. They showed it in school sometimes.
It was like their version of True Life, but like with Rescue 911 reenactments. It was great.
Yeah, it was like True Life.
David Nangle III, thanks, buddy. He says, hey, fellas, who's your favorite detective in film and shows combined? Mine's Holton Ford in Mindhunter. He was fucking awesome. Praying for a season 3 with Fincher. Me too, dude. Was Holton was the dude from Lights Out, right? Holt McClane. I want to say maybe, or maybe Holton was the younger one. Either way, they were both fucking awesome. Favorite detective all time? That's pretty fucking tough. I'm gonna have to go with Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon.
I think I'm gonna go with dude. Because I can't remember his name. I'm gonna go with Morgan Freeman in Seven.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
That motherfucker. Look, I like Brad Pitt too because he's cute. But no, but seriously though, and his hair looking good as fuck. It was on point, and when that movie came out. But Morgan Freeman, like he had that voice, and you knew, like when he was laying out the evidence, if you were the convicted, you were fucked because he just had this voice. The way that he was talking, he was like, "You was seen in the girl's bathroom putting." I fucking sound like the dude from No Country for Old Men. You actually seen in the bathroom using cameras to look at the girls' coochies.
Gucci cameras.
The Gucci camera. And then you uploaded it to X Hamster. You married into it.
you stayed in the fucking No Country guy.
Because I can't do Morgan Freeman. He's literally God in Bruce Almighty. So who can?
Yeah, I can't do his voice either. I've tried a couple times and it's just fucking embarrassingly bad. Dustin Lawler, thanks, buddy. Says, have you guys seen the Halloween Immortal fan film? Surprisingly very well written and very entertaining. Definitely something there. Check it out. Have not seen it. Did not know about it. I think I might have saw something in passing about it, but thanks for the recommendation, my friend.
Cool.
Anthony Stamps, thank you, sir. He says, have you guys seen the video with Deadpool in the MCU where he and Korg react to the trailer for Free Guy?
I didn't watch it. I thought we were going to do a reaction on it, so I didn't watch it. But I saw that they did it.
Yeah, I wanted to do a reaction of it too. I actually watched it right before the show because I thought, okay, we're not going to get together in time to do a reaction for it. By then, the world will be on to something else. But it's pretty funny. It's not as funny as you think it would be. Like I watched the first 10 seconds and went, I'm going to save it for a reaction, thinking it was going to be just fucking killer, and it was still really funny. Like I
think more people. I think more people were excited at the fact that it confirms that Deadpool, that he is actually with the MCU, because there was a lot of those a lot of rumors that he was not going to come back, or that he wasn't happy with what Disney was going to do with the character, or that even Disney was going to go back on their word and have no Deadpool in the MCU or do a rated PG-13 version of him. But I guess this confirmed. I really hope that Ryan Reynolds butt fucks the shit out of the request to make that shit rated R, just to put Disney in a very uncomfortable position, like the back of a Volkswagen, and be like, oh, we have to make a rated R movie. Because I want to see it. I want to see it. They do. Because Ryan Reynolds says he does not want to be a part of it if it's not going to be rated R. I mean, that's what everybody fought tooth and nail for back in the day to get Deadpool made, was they had to be true to the comics, and it has to be gross, it has to be rated R, it has to be graphic. That was the whole point. So, and he also said, and so it would be hilarious to see what Disney does when push comes to shove. Like, Ryan Reynolds is going to get it done. Like, I mean, he's going to go to Twitter and be like, well, I'm sorry, but the mouse here said we can't say the word fuck because it might ruin someone's life. So Deadpool's out. I mean, it's just going to be interesting.
for me it already fucking sucks that Marvel got Deadpool because they have so much going on. They're concentrating on so many things. I feel like if Deadpool had stayed with Fox, we'd already seen Deadpool 3.
Yeah,
I think it would already be out. But now it's getting put on the fucking back burner for goddamn Eternals or whatever the fuck else. Like you got one of those situations where we were graced to have Hugh Jackman play Wolverine, the character, and Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Like blessed to have these characters who fit their roles so perfectly, play so many roles and appear so many fucking times. We've got the same thing with Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, maybe even better than all those. Hugh Jackman notwithstanding, and we've seen him twice. That's a fucking embarrassment.
You know what I think might happen, and again, it's not 100% because I'm. Don't quote me on this, okay? Don't you say book him, Dano, if I'm wrong. I would say, and I don't know how Ryan Reynolds would feel about this, but because of the popularity of certain shows like Loki, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, things like that are going to Netflix. And I mean, again, Tom Hiddleston he's no little cub in the wild. I mean, he's an established actor. Tom Hiddleston is actually, a lot of people wanting him to be James Bond. I think he's too skinny, but that's my opinion. But he did Loki, and it's doing very well. These Disney Plus shows, these Disney Plus shows are doing really well. What if they asked Ryan Reynolds to come and do the small screen? That they would do a rated R Deadpool episodically, 10 episodes, one season, that would be stretched out, and it would be hardcore. It'd be rated R. It would be the Deadpool that we expect, but it would only be available on Disney Plus on the small screen and not theatrically released.
I have a hard time imagining they'll ever do it because you're gonna have all these kids. These kids like just fucking turn on Disney Plus, honey. I'm sure you'll find the frog and the princess.
They could do
almost fucking in a shoe filled with piss.
They did. Know? Oh my god, I cannot believe Disney has come this far. What princess did it? They could put a parental advisory on it. I mean, and of course, this is the responsibility, and it always has been, of the parent.
Right.
They could put a disclaimer on the top, very top of it, the first episode, or when you click to watch the episode on Disney Plus, it would say, warning, this contains images, scenes, or language not suitable for children. So the parents would see. Now, if you're just going to let your kids go, run willy-nilly and fucking shoot off their cap guns in church, fuck them. I mean, they'll get what then they're going to learn. They're going to learn what it means when two hobos fuck in a shoebox full of piss. They're going to find it out real soon. But otherwise, you have the disclaimer on there. You slap the disclaimer on there. You're good to go. I just feel like Ryan Reynolds he may agree to it, but then again, he also might be very staunch in his he might be like, no, dude, I think this needs to go to theater, and I'm not going to sacrifice the big screen for, what he might even feel like. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Disney Plus TV shows, but he might feel like it's a demotion to be on the small screen.
I don't need Deadpool to be on the big screen. If that was the way to get more Deadpool content, you got to think if you're thinking right, if you're hearing that and you're thinking, I don't want it. I want it on the big screen. I want it in theaters. You got to think if they do a Disney Plus show, that would be like 10 episodes, 5 to 10 episodes, which means 5 to 10 hours, which means like 2 to 5 movies worth of content.
That'd be great.
Rather than if it goes to the theater, you just get 2 hours. And like Deadpool's story is literally they touched on Cable.
Yeah,
ding.
He did.
They touched on the girlfriend. They touched on the origin story a little bit. Whose kitty litter did I just shit in? But there's so much else to the Deadpool background that they could tell, and they could really do a cool job. And that'd be a cool way to insert other heroes into the show as they did. I totally agree with you. I think they'd probably end up just putting it on Hulu, though. I don't think they'd put it on Disney Plus.
Well, I don't know.
I don't anyway. Who cares?
I don't know how the contract works out with them, and as far as like who they're gonna allow, because again, okay. I know that Fox doesn't necessarily give a shit anymore, but what if they licensed it out to another company and Disney got the money? Like, Sony and Disney are working together to create the Tom Holland Spider-Man. But Sony still owns the character. Like, so they can go make a fucking rated R movie if they want to with Tom Hiddleston. And they're like, they could tell Disney to suck their big old penis. And then Disney has no choice but to be like, yep, I'll suck it hard for you. What if Disney, if they asked another studio to be involved to distribute it, but Disney would collect the money, they loan the character out to another studio, basically. Mm-hmm. And so they're involved with it, but they're not really involved with it, but their name has to be on it somewhere. But they do, when the credits are rolling, it's really flat. It's really fast. It's like, it's like, they're not going to have the whole castle lighting up with the sparkles. It's just going to be like Disney. Uh, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Tomo Ogato actually also commented and said, "What if they call us bluff and recast him?" That's a terrible mistake. That would be dumb as shit for them because I promise you they would have such a massive backlash if they recast Deadpool for their MCU timeline and they cut out Ryan Reynolds completely.
They already don't really want Deadpool anyways. They the only reason that they're even half me thinks that they're just fucking lying about even planning to do a Deadpool movie. I don't think that they want Deadpool at all. And Ryan Reynolds is the perfect one for the role. So if they ever did, it'd have to be Ryan Reynolds, so they wouldn't even consider it. But dude, I just think that I mean he sat here for when did Deadpool 2 come out? Like they're they're putting one of the greatest fucking superheroes matched up with one of the perfect actors to play him in the world, and they're just letting it sit on a fucking shelf. Like, why? Because we might use them in Loki season 7 for a pop flyby.
I got 2 words for you, and I got 1 character: Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah,
they've done it before. They've done it before. I mean, not Marvel, but DC has done it. It's like these companies are so fucking out of touch anyway. But again, I understand that Disney's in a strange, leaky ass boat floating in the fucking middle of the ocean because they don't know what to do with this character. First off, you're taking a character that had a $50 million budget. It made $1 billion and it was rated R. People enjoyed the shit out of the character. Yes, it's adult. Yes, it's not for kids. That's the point. They didn't care. And by the way, when they made the movie, and I do remember the whole controversy where this woman wrote in, was very upset because she wanted to take her little boy to go see the fucking film. And they were like, oh, but it's rated R. Oh my God, change it. And they were like, suck my white ass, fucking Karen. They didn't change it and they didn't back down off that. And that's where Disney's at. They're like, well, what are we supposed to do here? Because Ryan Reynolds is passionate about the character. He loves the character and he wants to continue playing the character in the right light. And it's going to be interesting because what would Disney do? I mean, this is strange because would Disney come out with something called Disney, Disney Extra? Like, you have to make a rated R movie. How are you going to do it? Because they also own the rights they own the rights to Ghost Rider. They own the rights to Blade, which they've already announced Blade, which is rated PG-13, which is a mistake.
Yep.
But again, here's the weird thing. They take Blade and they make Ghost Rider rated PG-13, and then they make Deadpool rated R. How the fuck would that compute?
Well,
you may be right that they're lying.
I think they're lying. I think they're gonna dick it all. I think they're. I don't think we're gonna see Deadpool 3. And if we do see Deadpool 3, what I think will happen is, it might be rated R. They may have said it's gonna be rated R, and maybe they'll make it rated R. But I just watched Deadpool the other day, man, and like there's jokes in there that are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, there's no way.
Fucking disgusting. And Disney might let a couple fucks go in there just so they can say, hey, we told you, audience, it'll be rated R. But there's no way in fuck they let a script like the one that was made for Deadpool and the shit that's in there pass. Just doesn't happen.
Dude, they're going to be the
God, are you there? It's me, Margaret. It's not happening.
They're going to be the disapproving parents in the audience, like when they're watching their beautiful son up there doing the Christmas pageant, and the mic is on him, and he was like, "Last night I was fucking this girl, and you have no idea the tits on this bitch," and they'd be like, where did I go wrong? Where did I go? They'll sing the Adam song to themselves from Blink-182. But I don't know. I think that Deadpool is it might be dead in the water, and that really sucks because again, you're gonna like the two. If I think of 2 characters and 2 actors that were robbed from fans, it would be Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Henry Cavill as Superman. And it really fucking sucks that this is the state of the world that we live in. It sucks, man. And like because there's nothing. The only way it can happen is if they literally have to loan Deadpool out to another studio. So their name is not on it. Like, that's the only way they can do it.
All right, we got to move on because my finger is numb from holding this chat button still so we don't miss these super chats. I can't feel it anymore. I want to cut it off and put it in your butt. JD,
sounds like when I finger a girl.
Thanks. What up?
It goes fucking dumb.
JD says, what up, boys? Love your sexy faces. Can I hear from Slender Man after a long day? For JD. JD.
Shitty. You had a long day. You had the really, really messed up week. 7 days of torture, 7 days of bitter, and your girlfriend went and cheated on you. She's a California don, and it's time for you to quit her. No. So that's what you gotta think to yourself when you have a long day. Listen to me. You make yourself a nice little glass of wine, maybe some barefoot wine or something like that. You put on some Kenny Loggins, the soft stuff, like Meet Me Halfway from the movie Over the Top. And you just have a little candlelight for you, Steve. Also, enjoy the Subway sandwich. you must stop at Subway sandwich, or just make yourself a little sandwich, and just, you know what, look in the mirror and say, "Me did me best today," and that's it. And then go sleep. Have good dreams. That's all. Have a good day now. Tomorrow.
Hey, whoever I keep seeing stuff about spamming in the chat. I know we had Vanessa and Jamie in here.
Yeah,
you guys
I
can just take them right the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Feel free.
I'm not, I don't know what you're saying, you
dicks.
motherfucker, but stop. Don't be weird.
Movie chat more says Friday 4 or Friday 6. Friday, that's a tough question. Final chapter or Jason Lives? I'm gonna go Jason Lives, but just by the inch of my tiny penis.
Friday 6. Yeah, I think Friday 6.
It's close enough. Jason Dyer says, settle an argument for me. Which is worst in Halloween history? Michael crying, Freddie Harris kicking Michael's butt, Michael being stopped by rocks, or Rob Zombie's H2? Love you guys. Love you too. Definitely Rob Zombie's H2 for me, because they not only shit on Michael, which some of the movies did, like with, what happened with him, but they shit on Loomis, they shit on Laurie, they shit on all of their own characters, and they shit on the whole town of Haddonfield with that piece of poopy.
Yeah,
so
they completely ruined characters in Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I mean, they first off, no. What the fuck, you hobo from the train tracks? Shut your mouth. And where's your mask up? You look like a crustacean with that representation. You long-haired freak. I love Tyler Mane, but holy fuck. And it looked like he was wearing a garbage bag jacket. But anyway, on top of that, I will say it's really cause though, because when he fucking cried with that big ass man bun, I was like, who the hell am I? Is this the lead singer from Red Hot Chili Peppers singing Under the Bridge? Because it was like you talk about pussy 101, because like you pussified one of the greatest slashers of all time in about 2 seconds when he's like, ooh, and it didn't even look like he was really crying. It looked like they Windexed that fucking tear onto his face.
I don't even hate that one as bad as I hate the Freddie Harris kicking his ass. I think that was the second worst one for me.
That's
at least
really
the part where he pulls off his mask and cries, you're going, at least there's like intrigue, and you're going, what the fuck is about to happen next? With Rob Zombie, it was just like, oh, a Rob Zombie movie's about to happen next.
It's like, yeah, it's a Rob Zombie Halloween too, though. It's like when you watched a car accident, they just keep pulling bodies out. You're like, shit, I thought there was 2 people in it. It turns out to be a clown car. There's just fucking bodies being pulled out constantly, and they're on
literally
different.
Most Rob Zombie movies literally are just 2 hobos fucking in a shoe filled with piss. That's literally all it is. Mike Productions, Punisher needs a real MCU movie. R-rated Punisher Mayhem with John Bernthal. Goddamn, John was amazing in the Netflix show. He was. But again, I mean, the thing is that technically we have like 8 movies worth of material because of what Netflix did. So that's fucking rad. Marvel would never make a good. Marvel will never do what Netflix did with that character because they just don't have the nutsack. So yeah,
I would love to see if you really, look, if and again, I'm glad that Disney, because they are Marvel now, basically have all the characters back under one umbrella. I just always, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, why in the fuck does it gotta be Disney though? Because like I love Disney's cool, but Disney also has one particular kind of audience they cater to. So it's always like, fuck, dude, if another company just like Warner Brothers has got all DCEU, and you could say what you want about Warner Brothers, but at least they can make rated R movies if they want to. If there was like another company like if Sony Pictures, I know they got Spider-Man, I'm just saying, but if they owned all of them, that you could get shit like the rated R Punisher, the Ghost Riders. What I would love to see is Spirit of Vengeance, like where you have Ghost Rider, Punisher, Wolverine crossover. They got to take down a demon and shit and make it as fucking brutal as you want. Like that's what the kind of stuff that we'll never ever get, because that was a comic book, Spirit of Vengeance. It was great, but
I like that.
Yeah, do it slow, do it sexy.
I like that.
But John Bernthal is great. But and I think the closest to the rated R version we ever got was Warzone. And that movie sucked really overall. I liked the guy, but it was just terrible that the Jigsaw guy was fucking atrocious. Like the guy they cast as Jigsaw, he was a good actor, but that script was goddamn garbage heap on fire.
It was ugly, man. It really was. I'll never forget that movie because I went and had Chinese buffet after it, and came very close to shitting my pants.
You shit out egg rolls all night.
Yeah, I saw that movie in like the dingy ass dollar theater too. So the place I saw Warzone at was very appropriate for the theater because it smelled like smoke and like dinge, and it was fucking gross.
I was gonna say that was very appropriate for the Punisher. You had Chinese takeout. You went into a greasy ass theater that smelled like smoke and depression. I was like, was Frank Castle there?
It's really fucking
because that's like where he would bust a drug deal.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was a very Punisher fucking Noir night. Lloyd Brockway says, been watching Halloween commentaries and I have a question. Did Jay get kickbacks from Pornhub? Always talking about it, LOL. He's talking about
I wish.
Jay was really horny when we did those commentaries. He was going through a stage.
Well, yeah, because that one chick from Halloween 3 was incredibly beautiful, and I'm sorry that I appreciate the God that what God spends a little extra time on. Okay, just like the NSYNC song, God must have spent a little bit more time on you. I'm sorry that do you not go to a museum and you look at some of the statues and you're like, holy shit, a human made that? They took their time. That's what I was doing. And second off, no, I didn't get a Pornhub kickback. I was thirsting for it, and that's why I mentioned it. I was hoping that Mike would upload it to Pornhub so they'd be like, hey, you know what? These guys are filthy mouth. They're ugly, and they give Ron Jeremy a run for his money. Give him some money for promoting us.
I think that I think you were, if I'm not mistaken, I think you might have been single when we were doing that. I think you were in a.
Oh yeah, I was single.
Yeah, so I think that was your everybody's been single in between relationships, and you hit that little run of like, I'm gonna try to fuck something every single day. Like I at least some people are. Maybe everybody's not like that, but you wake up and just the testosterone is just running through your goddamn veins like premium unleaded sex oil. And then that was Jay for a while. It's funny, dude. Like I didn't put that in the video that we made, like the funniest parts of Halloween 3. But if you listen to the commentary, it's so funny when you mention it. I go, Jay, stop. I was like, stop. You're like, there she is again. I'd fuck the shit. I don't remember what you were saying, but I was like, God, well, it's hilarious.
You know what happens is when you get so wrapped up in talking about it, you just can't, it's like the brakes went out and it's on the highway and you're doing 90. I'm like, I'm already in it now. I'm already in it. Like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going, Wayne. Don't tell me to stop when I'm already halfway there. But yeah, it was. Look, the girl's very attractive, and I remember that. But there's a little thing called jokes. Like it was a joke, guys. Like I wasn't fantasizing about her and fapping my meat while Mike was out of the room taking a pee or something. It wasn't that.
No, you did it while I was next to you trying to eat a sandwich.
Yeah, peace. And I was like, hey, do you want some of this nut? And he was like, no, I'm good. I already had some.
I was like, actually, I need a palate cleanser.
I've actually seen him eat another man's dick. Yep.
Like a Kobayashi or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. Oh, shit. Hey, shout out to the mods. Yeah, again, now I see. I'm trying to make my way down the chat to get through these, and I'm just now seeing these fucking twat.
Barely,
bagels.
They've had some really bad experiences tonight.
Yeah, sorry guys. Thank you all for putting up with it, and thank you, Vanessa and Derek for getting rid of them some bitches. Gary,
you know what, Derek's also taking their names down, printing them off on some construction paper, and then gonna piss on them later on in a really bad rundown Speedway bathroom.
Derek's gonna come to your house and he's gonna fuck you. That's what's gonna happen if you keep spamming.
And then if you yell at him
Derek
and
your house
and you catch him and you try to scream at him, Derek's gonna die in your house, then haunt you. That's how badass Derek is, you stupid asshole. He supports the Lions. Are you ready?
Yeah, he knows all about disappointment.
Oh, no.
Gary Catlow says, I like Fear Street Part 1, except 3 things. I will say then multiple super chats because I have a lot to say and I want to hear your opinion if that's okay. Shoot, Gary. Shoot it away.
Hit it out, Gary.
Sean Flex says, hate the spoiling fucker in the comments. Leave now.
That's what he was doing.
Anything, but the people who do that, the shit they're saying is not fucking real anyway. So don't believe whatever it is you saw, and those people can go suck a fuck. And by the way, I will go back on these. I will find all of these names and I will ban them permanently from the channel so they can just keep wasting their life doing this dumb shit. It's sad. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. Scarehouse Tim Zombie says, Haji, you guys are fucking crushing the super chats tonight. There's not a lot of news, and you guys are making the show fucking easy. We appreciate you. Hi, Jay and Mike. Love both your faces. When Blumhouse is done with Halloween, where do you see the franchise going from there?
Well, we've mentioned before that we thought it would be a good idea for them to pick up the pieces from Resurrection and maybe continue on with the storyline that they left there and recreate or go with the Halloween 9. In the same history vein that they were starting with Halloween Resurrection, and that movie was fucking god awful. I don't know. It was Resurrection was such a tampon that was halfway flushed and it clogged up a toilet. I don't know if you can literally fix that, but what I feel like what the franchise is gonna do is I really do feel that I feel like they're gonna go back to their roots, and they're gonna, in a way, kind of make a sequel to Halloween 8, but kind of restart it, kind of like they did with Curse of Michael Myers. Like they'll introduce some kind of new thing, and they'll kind of briefly mention they're going to restore the entire history of Michael, not including the Blumhouse version. They're going to restore the entire history, but only briefly mention resurrection or something.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love if I had my druthers, they would just do Halloween 9 because in Halloween 9 it's a fresh start. I mean, you don't have to go back to Freddy Weeks or any of that shit. Freddy Weeks. You don't have to go back to Busta Rhymes or any of that shit. Yeah. I've said it 100 times, but his eyes open. He's in the morgue. There's people to kill. We can take the story from there. I hope that's what they do. What I do think they'll do is I think that they'll James Bonds it, and we'll start over with a whole new director, a whole new. It won't have anything to do with Halloween 8. It won't have anything to do with Halloween Ends. It'll be its whole new thing, and they'll bring a new director. And I think they're going to have a hard time figuring out how to do that, which scares me because I'm very, very scared that after Ends, we're going to have about a 10-year quiet period for Halloween, and that sucks.
I think you're wrong, and you're scaring me.
Wrong.
You're scaring me,
baby. I do.
Stop it.
I do.
Well, then me and Michael be on a 10-year hiatus. Because that's all we do is talk about Halloween right here.
That's all we're allowed to do.
Don't you know?
Check the conversation about YouTube earlier. That's all they let us do.
But I think that if they embrace the idea, like you mentioned, or even not even just James Bond, but Batman comes around now and again, and they have different directors that take an idea of what Batman is and recreate him maybe in a trilogy or something. I feel like that's a good idea. I feel like that's a good start. Yeah, if you're gonna get a lot, like if you get how many was it like 5 Daniel Craig movies, James Bond? Or there was
4, I think.
4.
This is the fourth one.
We're going to get a trilogy. I thought he was doing
the fifth one.
Fifth one. Okay, so there was 5, but it was the same guy. If you're going to do a trilogy, we're going to end trilogy with Blumhouse, right? We're getting that. So that's done. So if you do a Daniel Craig James Bond kind of thing where you get one guy to play him and one director to direct 5 movies.
Exactly.
There you go.
I'd like that very much, Jim.
Yep.
I think we might finally see a Halloween TV series too. Maybe a spinoff like people have talked about, maybe Dr. Loomis stories, something like that. Anthony Stamps says, I don't think they'll make a new Ghost Rider because movies get banned in China if they have a skull in it. And Disney relies on that Chinese money. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true? How the fuck did Pirates of the Caribbean do?
What? Huh? I didn't know that. I'm just saying that because that's weird, man. Like
that's wild if it's true, man.
Because human faces are made out of skull. Like it's made out of bones, and he's dead, and he comes back to life, and he's a superhero kind of. That's weird, man.
Wild.
But he's not lying. China, Disney does have a very close relationship with China as far as the Chinese market and the money. So if it's something they don't like, who knows? I don't know. But that's I'm not going to get into that. But I mean, it sucks if that's the case because that's stupid as fuck.
For sure. Melissa Petrina says, what's up, Michael J? Just dropping by to say hi. Your live is the best part of my train ride home. Oh, thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I've never been on a train. I don't really want to be because just the sight of trains puts me to sleep.
Melissa, when you're on a train sometimes, like, have you ever listened to the Savage Garden, I Knew I Loved You Before I Met You? Because, he's on a subway train and he looks over and he sees Kirsten Dunst. And have you ever done that before? You're listening to that and you look over and you meet eye contact with somebody and you're like, I don't want this to happen. But you start thinking of it. That's probably what I would do. I would think I was in a Savage Garden music video. I knew I loved you before I met you.
And now the smooth sounds of Barry Manilow.
It's not. It was Savage. It was Savage Garden. Savage Garden.
I know.
Barry Manilow. Who's that? I don't even know what that is. Is that like a weird drink? I don't know what that is.
Man, duh. Edward Santiago says, speaking of Mr. Zombie, he posted the blueprint for the Munsters house. Yup, calling it now. Marilyn will be the real monster. Symbolism. Wham.
Oh my God. Of course he did. I'll bet that motherfucker smells like burnt toilet paper. Like that whole, like, oh. And again, I'll go back and I will mention the fact that when it was announced that Rob Zombie was going to be redoing the Munsters movie, that Rob Zombie is a massive fan of the Munsters, so that he may have so much respect for it that it may be very well. It may be, again, it might be put together really, really well. But the track record of Rob Zombie is I don't know. It's like watching a motherfucker that's a felon. Like he can change. Like he can change. Like yes, he's a felonious thief. He has stolen
breaking the law, asshole.
He has stolen lots of money, and he continues to do so. But he can work at this bank. I believe in him. I will see how it goes though. But I'm not surprised.
Jeremy 101 says 2 words. Can you react to Halloween Immortal tonight? That's not how numbers work. Cody Buchanan, hey, you just skipped my super chat couple back. Cody, I'm sorry about that, man. These things are going rapid, and the chat, once it moves forward, will not let me go. Let me see if you're in there, if you're still in the hole. You're still in the hole, Cody. You're not. Shoot me an email, man. I have a couple from last one that slipped through the cracks. We watched the movie, the number 2 at gmail.com, and we will get it on here soon. I have a couple from live stream previously tonight. Thank you for the reminder. Sorry about that, man. It moves fast. Chef Bo, should sequels have numbers after them like Scream 5, not Scream 2022? I think movies should wear it like a badge of honor. Like, yes, I am Scream 5. And I totally fucking agree with you, man.
Kinda.
Just put numbers on those bitches because I just don't want the trend of this to continue because, like, which Halloween do you want to watch? Halloween 78, Halloween 2018, Halloween 2099, Scream? Do you want to watch Scream or Scream? And then your wife picks up the wrong movie and it just fucks up the whole night because you've seen this first Scream 1,000 times.
And then you slap her after you've had your Patron tequila and you're like, God damn it, again, you fucking stupid shit. No, I think the reason why they do that though, and I don't have any problems with them putting. First off, if they're going to continue the numbers, have Roman numerals. I think they're cooler to look at anyway. My point being is I think they do that because they want to distance themselves from the turds that were left in the toilet. And if they want to reboot the series again, you look at Halloween 2018. They don't want to be associated with all that shit before. So
makes sense.
I feel like I agree, but I feel like it's circumstantial. I feel like depending on the circumstance, Well,
let's meet in the middle. Just put a title after it. Put Scream Forever. Or like, you know what I mean? Like Child's Play, the dark fart of.
Wouldn't your lungs hurt if you scream forever? Were you at an AC/DC concert?
Yeah, just put a title under there. It didn't work so well for Hellraiser. Maybe that's what they're worried about, but I don't know. Jason Dyer says Halloween Kills spoiler. Michael Myers is really, really mad. Sorry, guys. Jay is the Pornhub king. The king of Pornhub has arrived.
And I'll say this without blinking. I have logged a lot of hours, and I blinked 2 times, more hours than I just said. Okay, and I would say that what I'm trying to say is it's huge. No one will tell me about Pornhub because I'm the biggest Pornhub supporter ever. That actually said that's almost getting Ross Perot-ish. Anyway, yes, I appreciate that, and I'm still waiting on my subscribe button from Pornhub.
What do they tell you? You got to log 1,000 hours to get really good at something, and you've gotten really good at it. Chad Cosper says, "You mean Danny DeVito isn't the killer? Please don't ban me." Spoiler! He ruined the Danny DeVito. Spoiler. What? Whoa! I thought I lost it for a second. Colton Candler, what's y'all's favorite Disney animated movie?
Disney?
Toy Story for me.
Isn't that Pixar?
Lion King is my favorite.
Yeah, I was
going to say the first time.
Yeah, you did, you liar. I think it'd be Aladdin. Yeah, I always cry at the end. I mean, even now when he was like, "No matter what anybody says, you'll always be a prince to me."
Like, fuck. He's a fucking thief. So
because he was like. He was like, "Come on, Al. All you got to do is you can wish yourself a prince one more time, and you can marry Jasmine." He was like, "Genie, you're free." And he's like, "One prince coming up," and then he has that whole moment. He's like, "I'm really gonna miss you, Al." Oh, fuck me in the ass. I cried in the theater when I was like 13 years old when I watched that because I was like, "That's what real friendship is right there." He gave up the one thing he wanted, but in his mind, the genie, Al's gonna be a prince to him no matter what because he was true to himself. Fuck yeah. And fuck you, yeah. Jasmine, for pulling this out of like not coming to him right away and be like, "Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna marry him anyway."
It's like Kate and Lost. The girls always ruin everything. I'm kidding. Gary Catlow says I didn't like the girl dying at the beginning, talking about 1994, because I liked her for flipping Karen off. It's okay in Scream 1 because I didn't like the character enough. Yeah, it was weird because what they did in 94, I can't say too much because it goes into spoiler territory and maybe someone hasn't seen it yet. But what they did in the beginning of 1994 was an homage to Scream, not only because of how it worked out, but also because of they had a surprise kind of kill in there. Like you didn't see something coming that happened. Yeah. I thought that part was pretty cool, but I did like her character a lot, so it did suck she had to go. Movie Chat Moore says, "Am I the only fan of Rocky V?" Yes.
No, I liked. I liked Rocky 5 okay, except when, I don't know, they took away everything that Rocky had earned. They made Rocky a loser again. He didn't care about his son, so he goes against everything that Rocky stood for. Paulie was barely there, and he treated Paulie like even more shit than he did. Tommy Morrison was a big piece of duty. But other than that, it was great. The soundtrack was awesome. Go for it. Was awesome.
Don King was cool, and but to me, the most tragic thing about Rocky 5, well, two things really. They just took away all of his. We talked about like Sydney dying, and she dies, then everything she's been through was nothing. They took away all of his money and all of his wealth, and he never fucking got it
back.
So it's a sadder movie now than it was then.
And not to mention the fact that they put it all on poor Paulie. And I know Paulie's a dumb shit. I get that. Like, that was the whole idea through the Rocky series. But the fact that in Rocky 5, at the very beginning, he's like breathing in the shower real heavy. He's looking at how big his cock is, that he just took down the Russian, but he's got a concussion. And then he's like, they find out that Paulie had made bad investments with their money and they had nothing back. I was like, the point being is Rocky came from a really terrible neighborhood, rose himself up by fighting, and his grit and just taking the fight to the opposition. And then you put him right back into the middle of the ghetto, pretty much in Philadelphia. And I'm like, but what the fuck was the point? I mean, the whole idea was it was the hero's journey. I feel like they just, I don't know what they were doing. Like, even if, you know what, it would have been better if Rocky 5 had ended where Tommy and him had gotten the ring for a gigantic fucking check. Rocky had won the title again and won like $50 million. And then I'd be like, all right, that's how you end the series right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And not just that, but Rocky was a shit fucking dad in that movie too. Like, he just basically chose Tommy Gunn over his own fucking son. I don't think Rocky would have been that way as a dad. I think they got the terrible. No. What's it with number 5 in movies just really fucking everything up and making it hard for the rest of the series? Halloween 5 did the same thing. That Dominic Ellen Gerard, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, they done a bunch of dumb shit. Derek B says, we expect the raise after these spammers tonight. Talking
you guys
about
are going to get them.
Well, don't you forget, Jay? They're supposed to pay us to be. They
gotta pay us. Derek, you dumbass! What the hell? Did you not forget? Yeah. You forgot the golden rule. To be a moderator, Mike and I expect at least $50 in the bank each.
I thought it was 100. Wasn't it 100 we were demanding?
Well, we lowered it down because some people are poor.
Let's ask Jamie. He apparently paid to be a moderator. Let's check that out.
Oh no. Anyway, that's a little inside drama there. I feel like we just revealed revealed something in the Real World Road Rules Challenge booth. It's a joke, guys. By the way, we never pay moderators, and they don't pay us shit. These are really lovely people that volunteer their time to help us out, and we appreciate the shit out of them. All we give them is blowjobs, hand jobs, or whatever sexual needs they need fulfilled, as long as they're 18 and over. So, anyway.
And have a veracity for sexual positions and food in the bedroom. I like to take a banana. And anyways, we got to move on. Tommy Jenks said, Slenderman, pull my finger. God damn.
We will not do that because we know that pulling your finger is going to unlock the crypt to your butthole. And if me unlock the crypt to your butthole, it will seep out dirty, gross things on this earth. Me will tell you right now, make sure that you have a big supply of Shaman Triple Roll in your cupboard because me think that you going to explode in the toilet tonight. Me will not pull your finger. Don't you ever ask me that question again. You make me angry when you do that. You do it. Goodbye.
Johnny Litchell says, over under 20 kills in Halloween Kills. Fucking pump that over. You got to pump those numbers up. It's going to be over 20 kills.
It's got to be because, I mean, he took out the whole fucking fire department from Haddonfield. There's got to be at least 10 guys working there. And that's at the beginning of the movie, most likely. So
definitely over 20. I'd say over 26. Nike Swoosh, thanks, buddy, says, that's why Taskmaster didn't have the skull mask.
I get you. Okay.
Oh. Patricia Gregory says, Jay, I love your haircut.
Thanks.
I like it too, actually. I think it's pretty smooth.
I think it looks like poop, but I appreciate it. It just, like, we did the video. I look like the boy in the striped pajamas. Okay. I traded places with that asshole, and I got out alive, but he didn't. I'm all grown up now. I'm all grown up.
Don Harrison says, Do you guys know if After Halloween Ends comes out, if Blumhouse still has the rights? Thanks, gentlemen. You guys rock. That's a fucking good question.
I have no idea. That would be interesting because if they have to renew that contract I don't know how long it gets extended for, but yeah, that'd be that probably costs a pretty penny every time they do that.
Yeah, that's. I imagine they'll have the opportunity because so far at least. These movies have had such good reception and they've done so well at the box office that I don't imagine Trancas having any issues with giving it back to them. But Blumhouse is known for being cheap in the wallet because that's how they stay so successful. They don't overextend themselves. So that could be a problem there. But you'd imagine that if they want it, they've got it. But
I feel like
a question.
But you also look at the fact that maybe they feel like they told their story, and I do know that they're probably interested in maybe seeing what another director would do with it and releasing it into the wild. I don't know.
Yeah. It would be fascinating for sure. Tyler Rumfeld, thanks, buddy. For 10 seconds, act like you guys are being directed by Rob Zombies and he scripted Wham. I'm expecting at least one take that damn thing off from Jay. Haha. All right, we'll do that. And then I know you got the piss.
Yeah, I got to go back. I got to, it's coming out through my ears. I think my face is turning yellow. For real.
Right, we'll do that real quick.
That's because I'm dehydrated.
We are being scripted and directed by Rob Zombie, and he's scripting well. Well, man, this goddamn fucking people over in the Skinner branch came over here, and I said, I will fucking come over there, and I will skull fuck the shit out you. I'll do it. I said, I'll flap my jack.
Well, now, first off, you're leaning forward on me like you're going to fight me. Nobody going to fight me. You look like a slippy, snotty fucking bitch from the goddamn bingo. Shut the fuck up and let me tell you what's going on right now. First off, Jerry O'Connell's coming up on the talk, and that's what I heard from somebody that said they worked for Google. Now, I don't give a fuck if you believe it. Yeah, fix your fucking teeth, you goddamn ugly, goddamn whore. I hope you choke on it. I hope you choke on that goddamn cigarette.
Fucking shit and pussy farts and fucking dirty.
I know you like all that.
And taking dumps and doing shit like that. Fuck you.
What? Is your sister around here? Because I heard she got a good old nice dumper on her.
You probably would. You'd probably.
I'm gonna fuck the shit out her. I'm gonna fuck the shit out her. That's what I'm gonna do. Shut up.
It's so funny. Half the shit I actually want to say that comes into my brain that would be in a Rob Zombie script. I'm actually it gets to the tip of my tongue, and I'll be too disappointed in myself for saying it on this stream.
I know. Well,
I thought of 17 nasty ass Rob Zombies to say, and I couldn't even get it myself to fucking say them. And we're honestly pretty gross as humans.
Well, we are nasty. Yeah, I mean, I think we could work as like ADs for Rob Zombie and make a lot of money.
I could write a script for him.
All you gotta be like, how many fucks do you want to be put in the script? At least 27. How many? I'm gonna bang a ring your fucking vagina like a goddamn drum. How many you want of those? At least 16. How many you want? It's like I'm gonna suck on your face like a mosquito sucks on tampon blood.
All right. God, oh God. See, ew. That's why I can't say those things.
Ew.
Jurassic Park.
I think even Rob Zombie like, hey man, shit, calm down. I just make music.
It's not my fault, Blanket.
Woo-wee.
All right, man. You go ahead.
Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant.
Don't be ignorant.
Don't be ignorant, Blanket.
If you want to go take a piss, dude, I'm actually good. I'll go pee here just a little bit. I'm feeling good right now. I must be fucking dehydrated.
Hey, stop spamming, you fucking asshole. Who the fuck is 8? Oh, my God.
It's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous right now.
It's sad. Hours of your life you've wasted, sir. Hours of your own life. You know there's a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you were the sperm to make it out of your dad's balls, to make it into a human being, and you're spending your life doing this. Hours long at this point. Go do something that makes you happy. And like really happy. Not like I fucking jerk off the pictures of tractors and rub myself in my mother's oil while wearing my dad's underwear. Like happy. Like just do something normal that go exercise or something. Fuck, watch something you like. Instead of trying to ruin all these people's good times. Why am I even talking to you? Thank you, fucking mods. Thank you, Janae, who just entered the chat. We will need you. We will need you. Fucking Death Star attacking tonight. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you all very, very, very much for your help. Because because people being super cunts tonight. And I wish them the best. I really do, because I don't wish ill will on anybody, except for Warner Brothers decision making skills. But I want these people to find happiness, because it makes me sad that they're this sad and mad at the world. Anyways, aside from that, I want to have sex with all of you. Without a condom on, and then I'm going to take you to the movie theater, and I'm only going to let you drink water, because if you go to the movie theater and you ask for a cup of water, they give you you're like, I just want water. I just want free water. They're like, oh, there's the Dasani over there. It's a jug. It's $8.99. You're like, no, I just want the free water. Could you give me the tap water? And they're like, yeah. Here's a thimble. Yeah, have that. That'll quench your thirst for a 3.5 hour Zack Snyder film. Because that's how they make their money, though. Those fucking soda pops, the $8 soda pops they give you, they cost them like 14 cents of gooey liquid drops. But what was I talking about? Where am I? Who am I, more importantly? I don't know what's happening here. We do have movie news coming up, too. We got some fun Scream stuff to talk about. Okay? Got some Evil Dead stuff to talk about. Okay? We're going to look at those Space Jam reviews. Okay? And yeah, it's going to be a good time. In the pantaloons for all of us. For everyone. Have y'all ever been so broke that you asked for the free water at the movie theater? Because I have. I've done that shit before. I'm dead serious. They gave me a fucking thimble. Like, here you go. Hit up the water fountain anytime you want to. That shit happened. Which is why I don't feel bad for fucking stealing, or not from stealing, for sneaking food in there. I once put a whole plate of nachos in my wife's purse before we went in there. You just can't eat stinky food there, because that's rude. Like, you can't go in there with fucking sushi. You can't do that. You gotta take non-sticky. Someone took Taco Bell in there. I feel like that's borderline. Taco Bell has a distinct smell to it, and it's not good in like that super air-conditioned atmosphere. For those of us who are sober in the movie theater, trying to enjoy our experience. Robbie, we will definitely be reviewing Candyman, buddy. No doubt about it. I can't wait for that, by the way. We didn't get to talk about the trailer because I was on vacation, but I cannot wait to watch that. X-Gen 6, no fucking Packers news, except for, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but the old Aaron Rodgers shut old Tom Brady's mouth right the fuck up on that golf field. Yes, he did, and it was beautiful. Put it in him. Yes, Robbie, we're going to have a Fear Street review on Friday for 1666. I'm about halfway through it now. I can't say a word about it. I can't say whether I like it or not or anything, but I can say that we'll review it on Friday. And I can also say that Friday's stream is going to be at a special early time. So it'll be Friday afternoon. We're going to be streaming, and we're not only going to be reviewing that tomorrow night is AHS Stories, or whatever the fuck, American Horror Stories is what it's called. That's tomorrow night on FX, and the first episode comes out. We're going to watch it, and then Friday we'll have reviews for both Fear Street 1666, and we will have a review for American Horror Stories. Makes me a little bit nervous because they were not giving screeners out to anybody for American Horror Stories, is what they told me. They didn't say what they normally say, which is, you? This fucking guy wants a screener? Fuck you. You could have a Butterfinger and like the miniature fucking 1 bite sizes. And I left it in my fucking car, so it's half melted. You can have that. Now get the fuck out of my face. And that's the kind of emails I get back usually when I ask for screeners. But in this case, they said, no, we're not giving them to anybody because it sucks and we don't want people to see it. I'm kidding. Who knows? It could be great. Sounds like it sucks, but it could be great. It could be wonderful. Anyways, what's going on, chat? What's going on? Blu-ray Addict says he's never had Taco Bell. That's a fucking lie. You have got to be lying to me right now. Got to be glued hairstyling gel. If you haven't had Taco Bell, you need to leave this room right now and go get you some and come back and spend 5 minutes with us before you're shitting yourself to death on the toilet. Could you imagine I'm 35 years old. Could you imagine being 35 years old and trying Taco Bell for the first time? What that would do to your insides? That would fall out of you faster than babies fall out of Octomom at this point. Just hit the floor. Just right through your mouth and just through your asshole. That's how babies are born. Also, they go through your butt. Did you know that?
Yeah, I watched the movie Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched my wife deliver 2 babies, and they both came from her butt.
Oh, that's nasty.
Mm-hmm. That happened. So that's what we were talking about. Where you were going? This fucking this spamming's it's pathetic.
Yeah, dude. Like it's weird. Like it's like we take a little time off, and everybody gets delusions of grandeur. Suck a white ass, ball. What the fuck are you doing? God damn. I can't wait to go to your fucking job where you suck dick daily and tell them that you're the worst dick sucker of all time. I can't wait to fuck you up that way, you asshole. God, these are like, oh my God. These guys have small penises and little heads. I feel like that's what they look like. Like the tiniest penises and then the smallest peanut head you've ever seen in your life, and they have like oversized shirts. They probably dress like that dude from Pretty Fly for a White Guy with oversized jerseys and shit with chains, and they fucking have like caps that they shouldn't wear backwards and sideways, and they fucking sit downstairs and they type on their computer with like sticky Butterfinger fingers, and they're like 2 seconds away from being diabetic because their mom is a fucking crack whore that they can't fucking get out of jail because she continues sucking dick for crack. I mean, there's just a whole goddamn history of these people. They're called basement dwellers. Shut the fuck up and go back to your corner. Anyway, it's stupid.
Oh, well, that was good though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. Tyzavius Bennett says, "Keep up the great work, guys. And can I get a shout out from Dr. Loomis? My name is Ty. Just Ty. Just not the rest of it. Just Ty for Dr. Loomis."
How you doing, Ty? They call you that because you couldn't learn how to tie your own tie, you stupid asshole. That's why they called you Ty, to make sure you remember your failure in school and in anything important in your life. You couldn't even tie a Windsor, you piece of shit, Ty. I bet you like to eat Tide Pods. What? No, you don't? I know you do. You lied to me, I'm lying to you. I think you can get help. See, the lie came out of my face. Does it make you feel good that I said that? No, it doesn't. So don't lie to me, Ty. What a dumb name. Anyway, have a good night. Change your name. Send it to like Gerald or something. What the hell? Those goddamn dogs. You know what happened right there? It saw Michael. It wanted to kill him because he wants to kill before killed. I'm glad about that. Anyway. X-Shin says you're ruining date night. Who? Like, the spammers? I guess. Jesus Christ, dude. How many fake ass accounts do you have? This motherfucker is like, he's probably used all these accounts at one time to try to, like, I don't know, get fake credit card numbers or some shit. Good God. Oop. Anyway, sorry guys. Look, we, like Mike said, we'll go back and remove all the bullshit spam. I've got insider information. I know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. You guys don't believe me? Well, whatever. You're stupid. I'm smart and you're not. This one time I was at a Starbucks and I saw Jamie Lee Curtis, like the back of her hair. And then from that moment, I was like, I know what's going to happen in Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, because I was just able to convey this through psychic evaluation. And not to mention the fact that my magic 8-ball tells me all the time exactly what's going to happen in Halloween Kills and Ends. I mean, you guys are stupid if you don't believe me. I mean, whatever. You fucking, good God. That's exactly, when I see these goddamn spammers, that's exactly what I think of. These fucking fat losers that do that shit. Anywho, but I'm having a great time. Oh my God, he comes back. Jesus Cristo. God, get this guy a dildo to sit on with some juicy juice, because this guy needs it bad. Or some anal beads, or I don't know, like some fresh lilac for him to smell, or some smelling salts. Because this motherfucker's in a fantasy world. Tony Grubb says, Jay, how are you doing tonight, buddy? Are you looking forward to the new Suicide Squad movie in a few weeks that comes out? Yeah, I mean, I actually am. I think that Suicide Squad's going to be a pretty good movie overall. I feel like there's like something going on in the background, like Micah's talking to a detective. He's like, no, sir, you didn't see my butt cheeks on the window earlier tonight. That wasn't my ass cheeks that I was flashing to the neighborhood. I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you show up in my home? Oh, it's this kid. Never mind. I hear it now. Van Thompson, he came back 6 times. You know why? Because you don't have a YouTube force. But anyway, hey, I gotta give a lot of love and a lot of heartfelt gratitude to our mods tonight. They're doing a finito job, a great job, a badass job. I'm gonna give you guys some sweet tarts. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I really appreciate it because this is annoying as fuck. And because every time I look over and I see that bullshit, my eyes like roll so hard that I can break a moon from Jupiter. Brian Perry said, Jay, I hope you have a wonderful night. I love your last name, Brian Perry. I like pears as well. And Steve Perry is a great singer. So there's something else that connects us because I like Steve Perry.
It's
wait a minute, hold on. Mike Morrison says, hey Jay, how's your little Slimer doing? Play your Ghostbusters game yet? Yeah, with your face. I did. I mean, how dare you not remember that? It was all over it. I slimed you, you stupid idiot.
So just now somebody prank ordered us a pizza.
What?
So someone has our address, I guess, and just ordered a pizza in my house. But the joke's on you, you fucking asshole, because I'm hungry and I wanted a fucking pizza, so I bought it. Thank you for the pepperoni pizza,
bitch.
Cunt bag. Thank you for fucking dinner. Okay? You didn't even have any creativity. Like, you didn't even put anything but pepperoni on it. Next time, put some shit on there, all right? Give me the fucking meat package that works, all right?
That's
my
scary,
ass.
man.
Thank
How the
you,
fuck
by
did
the
they
way.
do that?
I don't
Oh,
fucking know.
they must have looked you up or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, look,
Yeah.
you know what? Virginity confirmed. Confirmed virginity.
Yeah. Well, I have a security system and a big fucking dog that loves to eat people, so fuck you too.
So
anyways, let's go
Christina
back
Aguilera,
to
come on over, bitch.
fuck it. What is that? Iron Man 3? What does he say?
I don't know. But but I mean, here's the thing: if somebody ordered you a pizza, like that's like the least bad thing they could do. Like, who doesn't like pizza? You stupid sack of shit. And first off, you can be you can be looked up, bitch. You can, you know what? You can be found out, and if you're found out, that's illegal. So if you're found out, you're gonna be sharing a cell with Butch McGruff, and your butthole is gonna become a goddamn.
Also, because he did that, I just made friends with the pizza delivery guy, and he said he's gonna sub right now to the channel. So thanks for the subscriber.
Hey, boom.
and thanks for the new friend. And yeah, it's awesome. Anyways, fucking unreal.
Thank God that I'm filming from an underpass in LA somewhere. It just looks bigger than it really is. I mean, they'll never find me because I move around constantly. I get thrown out of places all the time. You'll never find me, motherfucker, because I can't keep a home.
You would think that you would go after somebody bigger. Like, we're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate every single one of you guys, but there's people who do these streams with like thousands of people watching, and like they have like millions of subs, and like you're wasting your time on us just fucking dudes just hanging out with people talking shit. All right, it's fucking sad. Stop. Just sad. You're so sad.
I'm sorry, man. That sucks, but they'll never find. I'm under in so many different fucking names. I go by several different names. Good luck finding me, okay? Because they'll never find me, okay? I hide all the time. You're a stupid son of a bitch, and you have a small dick. And I know that you jerk off to pictures of your grandmother when she was like fucking 25 years old, because you're also incestual. I would almost imagine that. And you also probably play with your balls constantly, like the Chinese. I hate motherfuckers like this, dude. I really hope.
Won't do it in person.
You just spontaneously combust. When you walk down the streets, your shit fucking flames up. I hope you don't die, but you look like Michael Myers' mask in the new Halloween Kills.
Oh, Christ. Chef Bo, anyway, let's not waste any more time on these fucking people. Chef Bo says, Disney has made R-rated movies in the past. Con Air, Dead Presidents, Enemy of the State, and more. Why should they be worried about making one now? I mean, that's interesting, but, I'm looking at those, and none of them really have and also it was a different time then, by the way. The 90s was a very different time, but none of those really have anything offensive in it. I don't think that they couldn't make an R-rated movie. I just think that making an R-rated movie with the kind of jokes that Deadpool has, like ones that really skirt the line for even R-rated movies, I don't think you're ever going to see that. You know what I mean? That's all.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that they did that. So fuck me. For saying they've never gone out on a limb. But I think
thank you so much.
I think the Disney in the 90s was different than what we've got now. with Disney and the social media and the social atmosphere and just I feel like I don't know. I just don't think you're gonna see those risks anymore. So
Courtney said it's that one super chat you never respond to, and then
I'd say you're correct.
Michelle Evans said more pizza money. I said thank you for the super chat and for the pizza money, Michelle. Very much appreciated.
It was Toby Maguire. Pizza time. Pizza time.
Tyler Rumfeld said, you guys just got another super chat because of that prick. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'll help buy the pizza. Love you guys. Also, watch Phantasm and review the series. Would love that. It's my second favorite series. We did do the first one. I sent you the link to it. I don't know if you got it. That was a fun-ass review to do. I'm sure eventually at some point we're definitely going to do the whole series because it's fucking awesome, and I've never seen them all.
Dylan Rackle says, wait, they're equating the spamming with the pizza now. I mean, I'm not saying that guy did it, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, that's the person that keeps on coming in here with 27 fucking bullshit accounts.
And again, it's just one more clue to be able to find out who that person is. And this is not the first kind of shit people have done like this to us before. I won't even get into it. That someone used a video of us on Omegle and used it of me and Jay and acted like it was just muted, but they were talking for us. And they were trying to get people they were trying to get girls and guys into sexual conversations using our likeness in a sense. Specifically the video when we were outside doing the Friday the 13th reviews. Because we were dressed in short shorts and dressed like campers. They used that and played that video and told people it was us. And then they had my phone number, so they gave out mine and my wife's phone number, and we were getting naked pictures and phone calls and dirty text and all that. It would have been funny if it
75% from me
underage.
The underage one was bad, but 75% is usually what Mike's inbox is me just showing my wiener. I'm like, hey man, what do you think about this wiener? I feel like I worked really hard on the lighting.
But again, it's just one more clue. Like every time you do some dumb shit like that, to be able to find out who you are, and then nail your ass to the fucking wall. So go ahead. Anyways, you know.
Well, they think they're gonna run us off. They think that kind of scares people. But guess what, bitch? I got no problem standing up here. You can do whatever you want because I got all sorts of shit to get back to you. You fucking bucking up the wrong tree, Sancho. I promise you.
Pussy sent a fucking pepperoni pizza.
He's like, you sent a pizza.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
At least they didn't do something else. But either way, if you did, I come back like a hurricane, motherfucker. And the Scorpion soundtrack comes on when I get pissed.
Make turn the fucking hat backwards. It's funny too because the dude at the door, the dude at the door was like, when I was talking to him, he was just like, I had my headphones on and I was like, I mean, I'm in the middle of a live stream and there's all these fucking weird shit going on with the spammers and stuff like that. And he's like, dude, he was like, I stream. He was like, that's what happened.
That's
he's
cool.
like, I guarantee that's what happened.
Should run him on.
We made a fucking friend. Yeah, we made a friend, got a subscriber. So fuck you. And we got pizza, which I'm fucking starving. I can't wait to eat that thing. Austin,
is it just regular? Is it just got pepperoni?
Yeah, just pepperoni. He has no vision. Whoever it is.
Yeah, Austin, throw in some like dog turds on it. It's like, yeah, can I order a pizza to doctor or anchovies? Yeah.
And just like now, I could probably talk to that guy. We could probably figure out what fucking number it came from. You know, have fun, buddy. Michael Ferris says, I've never donated before, but tonight's been crazy, and I'll help pay for that pizza. Love you guys.
Hey,
really appreciate you guys. You guys do not even have to do that, but we really do appreciate it. You're fucking sweet. Berto, same to you, man. Really appreciate it. Tommy Jenks just keep asking you to smell his finger. He said Loomis smell my finger is what he would like to see. Chad Costa,
just
thank you so much,
goddamn
brother.
Finger. God damn, you sicken it up your butthole and smell it. I bet it smells like desperation. Stop it. Stop picking your butt. And also stop picking your nose and wiping it on the wall like a collection of Leonardo da Vinci. Stop picking your butthole. Stop it. Oh, that boy. He'll never learn. He likes to pick his butt and smell it. And he wants other people to enjoy his aroma. No one likes asshole smell.
Austin said, Mike, if you need a security guard who tears through people like Sabretooth, my rates are low. I appreciate it, buddy. And that's the thing with these people. They have no idea how many of you fucking awesome people are on our sides. And some of you have really special skills. Austin likes to tear through people. Some of you are really fucking good at all this cyber hacking bullshit and are really good at tracking people who do shit like this down. So Cool. It's going to be really fun to use our Wham fam and our friends at our sides against douchebaggery, just like you guys do now. We really appreciate you. You as well, Guy on Adventure. Thanks for the pizza money. You guys are too fucking rad. Bark Norman says everybody is giving you pizza money. Here's some for some Michelob Ultra. Go Superior. There you go.
I like it.
Pizza
I like that. I
beer.
appreciate that right there.
You
okay,
motherfucker. Watch, I'm going to get off this stream, and my mom's going to call and be like, honey, did you get the pizza? I thought you might be hungry. And I'm like, oh, my God. It was my mom, dude.
Actually,
she would pay for it.
I got to admit, I did text Domino's, and I was like, "Hey, listen, he looks like he's
Papa John's slut." Ha!
Oh, well, I know, but I meant Papa John's when I said it. And I was like, "Hey, man, this guy is just really out on the. He's having a hard time right now. Like his hair's getting weird. His eyes are going two different directions at once. His mouth is like kind of smirking. I think he needs a pizza with just pepperoni." But no, yeah, but it's so, you know what it is, it's just fucking creepy, dude. It's not even the fact that it's kind of like, I mean, it's funny in a way, but it's fucking creepy, and it's such a Loserville kind of thing to do. Like you thought that I got him. Like what?
I honestly just have. I have nothing but sympathy. Honestly, like I genuinely feel bad for them. Like they must. I don't even want to be mean. But
they keep coming in. I you know, and I'm not gonna blame that guy because we don't know who did it, but you could find out. And by the way, I'm just gonna say that shit's illegal. Like, it's not really illegal, but it's not really something that I don't know how the law works in regards to that. But I trust me, it's not good if you really want to make an issue about it. So if I just calm the fuck down. And by the way, if you're trying to do it to me, you're never gonna fucking succeed. Like I said, I move around more than Batman's fucking love life. You will never find me. My shit is always on the move.
Yeah, spend some time trying to find him now. Okay. He gave you a challenge.
I move around in my car and shit. Like I'm like Christian Bale when he's out of work. Like I just move around looking for the next one.
Troy Grubb says, it's been a crazy night. Shouts to the mobs. Love y'all. Wonder if Blumhouse tries to go for the rights Friday 13th once the lawsuit's over. Absolutely. Blum's already said he likes it. He wants it. And if he gets it, who knows what the fuck they'll do with that. They may never do a Jason versus Michael, even if they have both, but I bet they start to like throw in little bits and like Easter eggs to each other. And that'd be kind of fun to see.
The weird thing is, I don't know if that's going to work if like, because Blumhouse has done such a phenomenal job with Halloween, which is great. And I like that. And it feels good on the butt. It does. Like Preparation H. I also don't feel like they should have, even though they're a great company for it, I really would like the variety. Like I want another company to take over Friday the 13th or something like that, and let's test their mettle. Because again, Blumhouse is awesome, and it would be great to see them under the Blumhouse umbrella. But at the same time, it would be cool also to have the competition. Like it kind of goes back to WWE, WCW, right? You want to have competition. So if another studio comes in and like A23 getting the rights to something like Friday the 13th and seeing what they could do, I don't know. I just think that.
I'm actually in total agreement. Like I'd be psyched if Blumhouse got it, but I'm with you on seeing what other people can do with it. Totally, man. Thank you very much, Ryan Underwood. Thank you very much, Alan Emmerich. He says pizza money. Hey, did y'all see James Shoe Courtney's new Insta post? Expect the cool drain coming for y'all soon. I think he means drawing coming from y'all soon. I did see he posted something. I don't remember it, but fucking rad, man. Thanks. And we'll definitely check that out for sure, dude.
Thank you.
Ty would like a Loomis shout out for his friend
A20. By the A24. I know. Byron, thank you.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I thought you said
A23. I said A23.
It's the shittier version.
I was thinking of the A1 sauce on a steak that I want really bad. Can you, hey, spammer, can you send me a steak from like Texas Roadhouse? Can you also get a side?
Probably send you a fucking sirloin cooked well done.
I want that, and then some A1 sauce on the side that they can stop with.
Ty says, also, can my friend Demila Jackson get a shout out from Dr. Loomis, please? Hello, Demila.
Hey, Demila, how you doing? I hope you're doing well this evening. Your boy wants me to give you a shout out, so I hope you're doing well. Demila, I'm just going to say this right away. They said, hey, your new patient, Demila, is in the waiting room. You know what I would say, Demila? Is she a gypsy? Because it sounds like a witch. I don't like it. Okay? I would probably refuse you on the name alone. I would. Because I've dealt with the Cult of Thorn and Michael Myers, and Demila, it scares me a little bit. If I said, hey, I've got Demila sitting across from me now, and she's looking at me with dead cold eyes. Is she in league with Michael? I don't know. And I would have to smack you around a little bit to find out. Of course, the cameras would go off. You idiot. You think I'm stupid? It's not. That's how I get to the bottom of it. Cookie woman my ass, Jamie. You lying little shit. Anyway.
D-Mitch14 says, Ninja Pizza vanished quickly without a trace. Thank you. At first, that's what,
it slices, it dices, it does everything. Oh, yeah. But well, wait a moment to reflect.
That's what it was. Chef Bo says, ever thought about doing an Ernest Scared Stupid commentary? I haven't seen one of those movies in ages, man. I watched the Christmas one with the kids like 2 years ago.
Man,
but
Ernest Scared Stupid is the best one. Well, I like Ernest Goes to Jail too, and Goes to Camp. But how about a bumper sandwich, booger lips? Like, I mean, yeah, I'd be fine with that. That's a good time.
Gary Catlow says, look, fuck it. I'm just going to shorten it by saying I didn't like the two kids dying at the end. So I'm at 94. Thought it was an anthology, so I was disappointed. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Some of the characters I like died too, and that's one of those things that happens with those things. But 94, not the best. Still liked it enough. 78, fucking awesome. And we can't say anything about 1666, but we'll review that Friday afternoon for sure.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Gary. Ryan Gillen says there's talk to have a female Pinhead. Imagine the torch being passed down to Kirsty.
No.
Hey,
nope.
those twins are scary.
No, I actually listen, and I think I made a comment on Facebook about this. I just feel like it's so opposite of what fans want, and again, the Clive Barker novel, or open to interpretation, I suppose, on how you want to proceed with the lead Cenobite, because Clive Barker never named him Pinhead. That was the media or whatever, the fans. But listen, Doug Bradley is a fucking monumental treasure, and he did such a wonderful job with that role of Pinhead. I figure, and I would suspect that a lot of people would say this is the best idea. Just cast him in the way that you should cast him. He's a male. Okay, people remember Pinhead as being a man. I would cast the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. What was his name? The bad guy, the Conqueror guy. Ronan. Ronan, yes, the dude that played Ronan. And you know why? Yes, what you got to do is, I feel like that guy's got the chops, and you're not going to only bring in old school fans that love Doug Bradley as Pinhead. You're also going to get the new fans in as well. I feel like if you're going to try to gender swap him, I think it's stupid. I think it's pandering. I think it's dumb. I don't think it's going to work. And I think that what you're going to do is turn more people away from a beloved franchise that desperately needs a blood transfusion. So by gender swapping it's a fucking stupid idea. It's dumb. It's just dumb. Like, it's just dumb. Like, I mean, and it has nothing to do with whether or not Pinhead should be a girl or a guy. Pinhead himself, by the way, is gender fluid. I don't even think that Pinhead has a sex. I mean, not really, but I mean, in the movie, he's portrayed by a male. So keep it that way. Like, I don't know. Just cast the fucking guy. Like, cast the dude. Like, it's not that hard.
I think making a new female Cenobite's cool. I just don't see the reason to make Pinhead.
I mean, there's also the same.
That's not even what they're saying.
Well, the same argument went back to, what if Freddy Krueger was a girl?
Right.
Frederica Krueger. Shut the fuck up.
Frederica.
Stop your face.
Dante Trout says, weed, buddy. Hey, thanks, Dante.
Hey, I don't smoke it,
but I might start now. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. All right. Let's do this news shit. We've been saying we would talk about the news, but the chat's been fucking crazy awesome tonight. The ones who are the non-psychopaths.
I love the spammer.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's the best.
But let's talk about some movie news real quick. Evil Dead, tiny bit of, and we'll kind of go through these a little quick, guys, because we've been talking so much. I know, but Evil Dead, this happened a little while ago, but there's a couple little Evil Dead news stories. Bruce Campbell came out talking about Evil Dead Rise, and he said that people can actually call it what they want: sequel, remake, reimagining. It really is just another Evil Dead movie. It's book-centric. It's all about the Necronomicon. Where does this book wind up, and what happens to it over the millennia? In this case, it's set in the city. It's no more cabin in the woods. It's entirely different, unsuspecting heroines who are going to save the day. Just kind of reiterating once again that he's got nothing to do with this as far as an actor. He's going to be on the team along with Sam Raimi and them. But the only thread of Evil Dead is the book. I'm all right with that because 2013, I know it was a remake, but kind of was the same thing. There was no Ash,
except for the ending at the
the
credits,
little groovy part. But that didn't add to the movie in any sort of way.
Yeah,
I think they can make a bunch of Evil Dead movies without Ash and be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And again, it's pretty much a common fact that Bruce Campbell is, shittily he's done with the franchise. He wants to be more in a producer role or something along those lines with Sam Raimi, which I'm fine with that. I think that's fine. But I think that a lot of fans either want a follow up because you guys know Ash versus Evil Dead, the way that season 3 ended, it was a cliffhanger. I mean, to me, it was anyway. I mean, I feel like they want one movie at least to, finally, that's it. Like a finale to the whole Ash and Evil Dead. But as far as like going in the future, using Evil Dead as a jumping point and telling different stories or doing all the extra, that's fine. I think that's a great idea. Like Evil Dead itself, actually, Evil Dead lends itself better to. We talked about doing Halloween stories. Dr. Loomis files and all that stuff. That's a great idea, but Evil Dead stories actually makes more sense because the Book of the Damned, the Necronomicon, has been around for untold millennia. You fucking have different stories each time a new show. That could be the new Tales from the Crypt. It really could. So yes, you don't need Ash. You don't need that.
As long as they keep Sam Raimi, as long as they keep some of the same threads, you know what I mean? Like the Sam Raimi part and stuff like that, like him at least as a producer.
You know what I would
Campbell
love?
Around as a producer, then they can keep the same spirit.
You know what I would love? I would love, and I know it would just be crazy, but how the Necronomicon was made. Because again, it was bound in human flesh and inked in blood. I mean, and it was all about like witches and warlocks and wizards and all that bullshit and demonic sucking dicks and all that stuff. It was crazy shit. I would love to see that. I would love to see a beginning like Evil Dead. If you're gonna do a movie about it, like do like Evil Dead, like in like because Army of Darkness was set in the Middle Ages. Go back further when the first Necronomicon when it first popped up. How did it happen?
That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Tie a story around it. That would be
and
neat.
make it scary as fuck. Like because it'd be easy to make it comedic, but just make it scary like they tried to do with the remake. So.
Yeah, I also do like the idea of it being a skyscraper. And that the whole idea sounds good. And overall, I think Evil Dead Rise is going to fucking rock. This is another piece of news from that. From the old Twitter, Lee Cronin, the director of the movie, tweeted a picture of the little snappy snap thing. What do you call that? The action clip
yeah,
thing?
I know. The snap thing.
He tweeted a picture of that on day 1, which was June 6th. And 6 weeks later, he says 100 rolls, 597 slates. We are halfway through. And there's the picture of the thing. I love the thing on the bottom that has like that bathroom wall tile. And it says Evil Dead Rise Across. I don't think that's going to be anything official, but it just looks fucking cool. So they're halfway through filming the thing right now. And that's pretty neat. You expect that. And moving right in.
And so, but Evil Dead Rises, by the way, it's not gonna star the chick from the other Evil Dead.
No, new actors.
All right, so the whole thing is okay. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
but because she was great.
She absolutely was. But going on to another thing, real quick to talk about some Cobra Kai news. Hayden Schlossberg.
Ice.
The creator of the show says, I've been watching and rewatching the All Valley Tournament in season 4, which I guess they're done filming it. It's just sitting there being edited or whatever. But he's been watching the All Valley Tournament in season 4. There are so many times when I get revved up and almost lose it. It's like every Rocky fight rolled into one and built up with so much hype and anticipation, leading to an explosion of nonstop action. Holy tits.
I'm ready. Words. I'm ready to get on this ride and vomit. I want to have a good time in the whirly whirl. Like when it goes up to the fucking like top and it drops me down. I want it all. That fucking sounds awesome, dude. Yeah,
it sounds amazing.
First off, and we already know that there is a very strong possibility. I think it's pretty much safe to say that the guy from, and I can't remember his name for the shit of Silva, Terry from Karate Kid Part 3 is going to be in this film. I think he's already been announced. But what I want to know is there a goddamn cliffhanger where Mike Barnes comes in and be like, I fucked up Daniel Russo before and I could do it again. I want it. And then I want to get crazier. I want that to happen. And then Hilary Swank come in. And she tells Daniel LaRusso, it's like, I was the next Karate Kid. I was the last guy or the last chick that Miyagi trained. I can be on your side. And then have this whole fucking moment. Oh man, there's so many. Like, this is becoming quickly the Avengers of the 1980s. like everybody's just coming together to fulfill their parts, their destiny.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It's going to be fucking amazing, dude. I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be fucking awesome. We'll just real quickly do the Space Jam thing, because I just want to look at what some of these things said, because to me, honestly, like we talked about Space Jam, we already gave our opinions on it. Neither of us think it should happen. Same time, it's a kids movie. I don't really give a fuck. Like, do 20 Space Jams, but just for me, I'm gonna go, nah, I don't need to see that. I don't see the point. Also, I don't like LeBron, and they shouldn't be comparing him to Jordan in any shape, fashion, or form. But to me, the trailer just honestly looked like someone took Ready Player One and Space Jam and shit on a corn dog stick and told you it was an actual corn dog. Yeah. It looked like ass.
It's like the great value corn dog when you're used to the normal one and then you eat it and it tastes like old cardboard that got wet.
Yeah, dude. It looks like shit.
That doesn't taste like cornbread wrapped around a wiener. That tastes like old wet cornbread wrapped around a wiener.
It looks fucking awful, dude. But yeah, so 42% rotten now that the reviews have come out for it. The critics' consensus is, despite LeBron James' best efforts to make a winning team out of the Toon Squad, Space Jam: A New Legacy trades the zany meta humor of its predecessor for a shameless, tired exercise in IP-driven branding. Ouch. Ooh. Spicy potatoes.
Action and I are on board. Pass.
Yeah, total pass. Couple of reviews. I've never seen anything like it. I also hope to never see anything like it again, and I wish I could unsee what I have seen. That's from Richard Roper.
Well,
that's mean as fuck.
I saw some memes on Facebook, and it was like even the goddamn Toons knew it wasn't Michael Jordan. and they showed a comparison. They showed the Toons all gathered around in a team huddle with Michael, and they all look very yeah, Michael's gonna help us and Michael's gonna save the day. And then they showed the Toons around fucking LeBron, and it looked like a goddamn AA meeting. They're like, oh, it's another sad story. And that's not what the meme said, but literally you could see they're like, even the fucking Toons knew that this was probably a mistake. You're replacing Michael Jordan with LeBron James and acting like it's the same. It's not the same. It don't taste the same. It ain't the same. Like, this is like when they try to pass off fucking Pepsi Crystal. Like that with that, like that fucking clear Pepsi, and they're like, "Oh, it's Pepsi, but it's just clear." You're fucking smoking crack, bitch. It tastes weird. Anyway, but
read a couple more of these stupid. Real quick. James is an engaging presence, but as this season with the Lakers proved, he alone just isn't enough. Oh God, he went after him on the court. Frank Scheck says, to whom this is meant to appeal is anyone's guess, except presumably the studio's marketing department. A.A. Dowd says Space Jam: A New Legacy takes almost nothing wrong but wrong turns, all leading to a glittering CGI trash heap of cameos, pat life lessons, and stale internet catchphrases.
This guy's got a great vocabulary, but I also feel like he had a bad day.
He may have had a bad day.
Like, it just sounds like one of those. He just sounds like he found out his wife of 15 years has been cheating on him, and he was like text to talk, like he was text to talk with this review. Like, he was just having a bad day.
I'll read one positive one just to even it out a little bit. This guy says LeBron James soars in a Looney Tunes adventure that will delight generations of fans. All right, I don't like to say people are paid off. That person got fucking paid off. I'm kidding.
I mean, which generation of fans are you talking about? Are you talking about crack babies? Like, I mean, what do you mean? Like, which generation? Because I'm pretty sure that well, I mean, I'm not even like joking, because like, you know, kids probably wouldn't give a shit. You know, they watch a Space Jam, it's Looney Tunes, and they don't know, like a basketball player. They're like, okay. But guess what? They don't make money. They don't spend money on tickets. Guess what? The parents that saw the original Space Jam are the ones that are their parents now. And guess what they're going to say?
That's a good point.
Guess what, little fucking Timmy? I watch it. You're going to go with me, and you're going to go watch the new Fast and the Furious movie instead, because I'd rather watch that big flaming pile of shit than this one where LeBron probably does win a championship ring.
And because of family.
Even though I know he's got 3. But I'm just saying, it's a joke. I don't want to be like, actually, Jay was wrong. I like LeBron, by the way. If you fucking attack me, I like LeBron. He has 3 rings.
Yeah.
I know. So
yeah, I think you actually hate him as bad as I do, but you just pretend to like him to piss me
no,
off.
I never said I did. I don't like him personally. I think he's an asshat. I think he's a fucking moron. I mean, based on just his personality and the way that he's acted online and some of the things that he's done, even recently, he's a big pile of steaming diaper shit. But dumplings. I just respect his ability on the court, and I'm not going to ever say that he's not got ability. Like, he's got an amazing ability. He's a piece of shit human, but it doesn't mean that he's not got the fucking, God's gifts. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's just no Jordan. That's all.
I mean, nobody ever will be a Jordan, though.
That's true. That's true. Scream news. Scream news. Hang time. Scream news. Just put this picture up. Jay, you should see it here in just a second. It is a reveal of this is the original.
Okay. Well, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm going to correct this. 4 rings because people are going to say it. I mean, how many Kobe had? 7, right?
Kobe had 5.
5. So 5. He's 1 away from Kobe. 4 rings. I get you. Okay,
and
I get you.
All with the same team, by the way. All with the same team. Didn't have to recruit super teams. Didn't have to run to where the talent was. Anyways, point is
4 rings. I know. So 4 rings. By the way, I know LeBron's got 4 rings. I just don't want people to hate on it because they're like,
yeah. And he also has a losing record in the NBA Finals. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway,
he has a great hairline though.
The Scream mask was debuted, and it's the same Scream mask. It's not really news. It's just cool to see it and know that this little piece on this little screen that we're looking at here is from the new Scream movie, and that gets me excited in my crotchal regions.
I seen this image. Actually, I did see a video that were like new runtime revealed with this image. Did you see a runtime on this?
Let me break out my
put your goddamn go-go gadget,
that I use for my wiener. And no, I don't see anything. It must be smaller than even my wiener, which is physically impossible.
That's weird because I did see a video. I mean, I was scrolling through YouTube and I was like, there's no way that someone will try to clickbait me. But then I saw a video that said new runtime revealed.
Fair, I don't know what you're referring to, but it's making me laugh.
No, because that actually happened. And I'm not like, I think I know who did it. But at the same time, I looked at this image myself and I zoomed in on it like I was goddamn investigating a murder scene from fucking CSI, and there's no fucking runtime listed on any of the goddamn edit. So what the fuck did you say? Like, I saw someone say, "Oh, the runtime was revealed." No, it ain't. What you talking? Willis?
You got it. That's why you got to watch the video. You got to click on the video. That's how they get you.
Well,
that's how they get you.
No, I did, and I realized it wasn't fun, and I backed away quickly. But I'm just saying, okay. So you're saying you're saying that you see the same thing. Everybody see the same thing. Is there a runtime revealed on that ghost mask? No,
I don't see it. I do not see it. That is a fact. You are correct in that.
By the way, if you're going to guess a runtime, I would guess 1 hour and 40 minutes. Like, that's what I would guess.
That sounds pretty smooth. I like 1 hour and 40 minutes. I like under 2 hours. Like, let's keep it under 2 hours here, folks. We don't need to extend this thing. Mike Breimer, thanks, buddy. He says, what's your favorite electric guitar of all time? Thanks for all the entertainment you've given me since my buddy introduced me to you. Thanks for showing up, Mike. I appreciate it, man.
Hey,
we both do. Stuff. My favorite electric guitar, I would just go with I'd just be a boring old white dude and just say Fender Stratocaster. But favorite guitar player of all time, I gotta go with this is no surprise here, Tom DeLonge. Even though he's kind of a dick sometimes, Tom DeLonge.
I do like to pluck the tunes now and again on my guitar. Of course, I would have to say my favorite guitar is the Rock Band guitar, which I think is the most accurate. Guitar. It's amazing guitar, actually. And the buttons move, so it really feels like you're playing the notes. My favorite guitar player of all time has got to be... Honestly, the one that and this is being like straight up honest, the one that I always felt, and I know he's not the best, but just the one that when I watched him, he was like, holy shit, is Angus Young. Just because he was fucking crazy with what he did.
Well, that's not a bad choice by any means.
No, I mean, I know he's not the greatest. I mean, because you could say Slash or whatever. I mean, how can he see the notes through all that fucking hair? Holy shit, it looks like a chia pet that someone left the sprinkler on. But I'm saying, Angus Young wore a little boy's outfit even when he's 97,000 years old, still to this day, and tries to rock that one leg out. Like,
True.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's actually very fucking true. Ty would also like a Dr. Loomis shout out for his sisters Zaria and Kaja Tucker. I hope I'm saying that right. Zaria and Kaja Tucker. Will we do it one more time?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Zaria and Taja. What?
Tucker. Told you needed one more.
I don't care. It sounds like a goddamn casino that opened up in Vegas and it failed within 2 weeks. Shut up. I don't believe those are names at all. I think you just made it up on the spot. I think you went to Google and you typed in baby names from outer space. That's what I think. You know what? I'm probably not wrong. I'm pretty close to the truth. Either way, if they're real, what's the name again? Tasha and what? I
told you needed me to say it one more time. Zaria
well, goddamn!
Zaria and Kaja Tucker.
What is it?
Zaria and Kaja Tucker.
Zaria and Kaja Tucker. It also sounds like a canceled Nickelodeon show. Like Jake and Josh or Jake and Drake. Whatever the fuck that was called. I hope your sisters have a wonderful evening. But, if they named you that, they didn't like you. That's true. Let me tell you something. They didn't like you. But I like you. Have a good night.
Anthony Stamp says, what did y'all think about Steven Seagal as a person? I think Steven Seagal as a person is a giant flaming fucking doucher, but amazing fucking, can't even call him an amazing actor. Amazing physical presence in those early films.
Who
absolutely.
Was it? Nicolas Cage?
No, Steven Seagal.
Yeah, what a fat asshole.
Yeah, total prick.
Yeah, if you see him now, look, we still love Steven Seagal on this channel. We really do. I mean, I respect the shit out of Steven Seagal as far as lying his way through Hollywood the way that he has done it. Like, look, there's no one. He's not a master of Aikido, but he is a master of lying. So I give him the props and the Shadisho belt for the lying. But he's and I would never say this to his face because I'm still scared of the motherfucker. But this guy,
who would?
This guy literally changes his background, his race, his culture every 6 months when he drinks a Starbucks coffee. First, he's Native American, then he's Italian, then he's Asian, and then he's African American. I lost a lot of respect for Steven Seagal. And also, he joined the Republic, or not the Republic of China, but he joined fucking Russia or something. Like he became like an honorary citizen there. Holy shit. Good job. I hope you ride on the back with Putin on his goddamn horse. Of course, you'll break the horse's back because you're fat as fuck. But anyway, by the way, he got sued when you remember that show that he used to do where he was a cop. Remember that show?
Yeah.
He got sued, dude, because he he used a fucking tank to knock down a wall. They were gonna go get somebody. He used a fucking tank and he was late. By the way,
I can do this. This is fine.
They were like, he goes, where are they at? Oh, they're behind this wall. Give me a tank. And he used a fucking tank to bulldoze down their wall.
Steven Seagal with like a tank, please.
Yeah, anyway, I'm not. Yeah, Steven Seagal. Still, I love his movies, but as far as a human being, he's a piece of shit. Like, I mean, no doubt.
Totally agree. Guy on an Adventure says, Tom DeLonge Strat and Surf Green is my favorite mic. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's a beautiful fucking guitar. I also like Mark's pink P bass. But
I like Mark's pink vagina. But
I like it too. I would smell it. All right.
By the way, if you guys don't know, Mark is going through a hard time right now. He's got some cancer. Mike and I love Blink-182. We love Mark. And if you guys go give a little love and some like to his Twitter, Instagram, whatever, that's a hard thing, man. And it really hits you in the ball sack when you hear about that. Like, and I Mike and I don't know Mark Hoppus at all, but he's a young
he's
dude.
One of my heroes,
Yeah, he's a young dude. I mean, he's still young, and the fact that you find out that someone has cancer like that and he's fighting the good fight, so just go give him some love, man.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Last piece of news that we are going to talk about today. It's not really news; it's just a fun article I found by Film School Rejects, which is pretty rad. It says the 5 best Scream fan theories so far, and I will go through them quickly.
Go ahead.
But The first one, Sidney Prescott gets killed in the cold open. We talked about this earlier.
Yep.
That one, we talked about exactly why that would be a good or a bad thing. I think it would be entertaining as fuck, and I think it would immediately say something this movie needs to say, which is anything could fucking happen, and that's a really good thing for this film. But I say no to that because it would just make everything that Sidney Prescott's fucking survived pointless up to this point. Like all those movies just so she could die by Ghostface hands anyway. It sounds kind of fucked up to me.
Well, and I mentioned that earlier. I feel like if you're going to move forward with the series, that's why I said that if she dies early, that's exactly what the franchise needs. It's the steroid shot that it needs to move forward and evolve, because the idea that you keep on using the same tired ass characters to continue to carry the franchise sets a bad precedent, not just for your franchise, but for a lot of other horror franchises as well moving forward. I feel like you got to get rid of these characters to evolve the series. So I feel like that's actually a strong theory, and I'm going to stick by it and rub its butt. I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like 30 minutes, she's dead.
It's definitely an interesting one, man, for sure. I can't wait to see what they do with it. Number 2, Sidney Prescott is the killer in Scream 5. I do not like that either. Because it's just like they've been waiting for this to happen since Scream 2. Like I feel like to do that now would just be like, oh, okay, Sidney's the killer. It doesn't have any pizzazz to it.
It's like when a girl says, "Hey, I'm not on birth control. Can you please pull out?" And then you squirt her in the eye. And I've done that before. It's not, you don't want that. You're like, oh fuck, oh god, it's nasty. I feel like if you do that, that's a terrible idea. It's also a slap in the face of a lot of people that consider Sidney Prescott a hero and one of the few strong female protagonists in horror movies. To make her the killer's stupid as fuck. Like that, and you mentioned earlier, oh, you could see that coming from a million miles away. You could see that too. I mean, that'd be easy. That's an easy door.
Yeah, I think it's too obvious to ever do. And again, it still ruins her journey to me. Number 3, Dewey is the mastermind. Now, what does that mean? He's the killer? He's the franchise's sweetest, wholesome character who wouldn't hurt a fly unless they were wearing a mask and murdering the residents of Woodsboro. His kind demeanor makes the idea he's been orchestrated all this violence all these years all the more enticing. Now, that's actually interesting. So what they're saying is not only does he become the mastermind, but that he has been the fucking architect of the entire thing since the very fucking beginning. He's not been the killer, but he's been in control of the killer. That's kind of fucking wild.
I would say yes, but it feels so goddamn Jersey Shore fucking drama. It seems so obvious. Like we talked about Sidney Prescott, that was obvious. It's so easy to do that too. Like that's just an easy fucking way. Like the one character that's always been nice, that's always been gullible, that's always been the lovable guy, and then you make him the killer. It's almost like God. I mean, it's so fucking sweet. It's diabetic. Like that's how sweet it is. It's so stupid. It's just dumb.
I think to do it for one movie, like so if like, and I'm not sure if I would like it. It just it gets the people going a little bit. It's provocative, but to make it to where he was a good guy in Scream 4 and something happened and now he decided to be the killer in Scream 5, that I would fucking hate just as much as I was hate Sidney. But the idea that he's been the architect since Scream 1, it changes all the movies and it changes everything. You'd have to go back and watch the movies and be like, holy shit, that was Dewey. Like that would be interesting, but I see what you're saying too.
No, the people in the comments are actually bringing it up and I didn't even think about that. That's the same plot line they use for Doofy in Scary Movie. And it was a fucking joke. It was a parody because it's so stupid. They used a guy named Doofy that literally fucked the vacuum cleaner as the mastermind.
Gail swallows, says P. Rich. Yeah. I don't think they should do it. It's just that one's more interesting to me to know I've heard so far. Okay, number 4. Randy faked his own death and is the Scream 5 killer. We've talked about this before. You don't see him die on screen. I think you see his body. I think maybe.
I don't know about that one.
Jamie Kennedy actually tweeted. He said they are making someone tweeted, they said Randy faked his own death and is the mastermind behind the killings. Jamie Kennedy retweeted this and he said they are making a new Scream. I think this is an interesting angle and I believe I know why he did it. Who's on board? For me, that the fact that Jamie Kennedy retweeted that shows that that's absolutely not going to happen. And I can't say I hate it. I can't say I fucking hate it. I think it would be a little bit wild.
Yeah, I feel like that's too weak sauce. And also we talked about that. Like, look, the Jamie Kennedy character was cool.
Nope, I hate it. Changed my mind. Sorry.
Yeah, we all were cool with it. We liked him, but you're gonna make this fucking dweeb the killer, the mastermind, the guy. No, I'm sorry. Like, it's just stupid. Like, that makes no sense. Like, that's like, okay, guess what? That fat kid in the basement that has always constantly spammed We Watched the Movies channel is the fucking killer in the new Scream movie. Like, that's what it feels like. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
he's a dweeb, dude. He's a dweeb on purpose, and I love him for the character. But you're trying to make him a mastermind. Get the fuck out of here. Okay,
and
take your sack lunch with you.
I want to say that they showed him really quick with his throat slit. I think we saw him with his throat slit. I know he died off screen, but I think we did see his body with his throat slit. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. Oh, no, I was right. Yeah. You do see his body. Thank you, guys. That's true. Okay, so, and then finally, the last one on this list, at least, my favorite, Jay's least favorite, no Sharon Stone, Stu is alive.
I don't like it.
Want it. I need it. Give it to me in my butt.
No.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
I don't want it. And I like again, Matthew Lillard being back in the franchise would make sense to a degree. If you're gonna have flashback sequences, fine. I don't know how you're gonna do that. If you're gonna de-age him or something like that, he's fucking dead, guys. Like, he's fucking dead. Look, you can slice it and dice it any goddamn way you want. But the fact is, he had a giant tube TV that was still plugged in fall on his goddamn face, and he was cut up too, and he was bleeding out. He's dead. This motherfucker is more dead than goddamn Donald Trump's career right now. But he's dead. And again, it's a joke. I know. I know he won a straw poll. So don't get mad. I do keep up with the news. And by the way, someone said, why did Jay put the spammers back? He said, Jay's 5 head. Why did Jay put a hat back on? Because I know your mom would get jealous. I've been fucking her for a week. And I know she would get jealous about that. My 5 head, actually, the reason why it's so big.
What is a 5 head?
It's because you have a huge forehead. Because my brain is so big, I'm trying to also not fuck your mom, but I'm fucking your sister too. So, there's a lot of intelligence in here. So shut your fucking mouth and go back to sucking my cock later on when you dream about it tonight. Anyway.
What's sad is that you're spamming on our live stream. Like, you're not important enough for us to ever give a fuck what you're doing in your life right now. You have to come to us like a dog and beg for attention. So you already lose, slut. Fuck you. Anyway, Go ahead.
So anyway, no, that was all I'm saying. The Matthew Lillard thing, I know that why people want him back, but I think the motherfucker's dead. But either way, I know there's a lot of people saying bring him back. Well, I know. Well, he's alive in real life. I mean, he's fucking Shaggy.
He's doing well,
but he needs to stay Shaggy.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's hard to like not rehash the same stuff because we've had this argument so many goddamn times. I just think that fucking I think you could survive that fucking TV falling on your head.
Dude, that was like fucking 60 pounds. Like, you remember 60... how heavy you remember how heavy those were.
Yeah, but like 50 Cent got shot 9 times. All right, he survived. Fucking, I've seen you look at the news. Like, you see people survive some fucking wild shit. I don't think the question is could he have survived it. I think he definitely could have survived it. But I think the question is why hasn't he? If he lived, he would have at least been brought up. Because he's not going to live in secret, right? They would have recovered his body, and he would have been either his body was missing, which would have been at least talked about as soon as the second movie, because they'd be like, "Oh my God, it's the missing body of Stu." They'd immediately wondered where he was. He never gets brought up again in that sense. So to me, the only way to do
because he was dead, his face was like a goddamn pancake. They didn't want to bring him up.
I think that. That's the only thing that would be stupid about it is how come if he's been alive this entire time, no one's ever brought him up through 4 fucking movies, 3 more movies. But
and you would imagine in this world with Cotton Weary and all those guys, like the news agency would have gone after him if he were somehow still alive. Gail would have found out at some point that he was still being kept alive in a jail cell somewhere.
Yeah.
So. Anyway,
the only way that they could really probably actually bring Stu back is, again, if they go with the actor angle, which I know Stab exists, but if they go with the actor angle where they have Nev Campbell herself, they have Matthew Lillard playing himself, and maybe he's the killer because he's pissed because they didn't invite him to be in this movie.
But I feel like if you do that, if you do that though, does it not feel like a rehash of Scream 3?
A little bit,
where actors are playing new actor, or they're playing themselves or I don't know, like,
but they never did it with the actual actors. They were actors in the movie,
know.
so like, you know what I mean? Like, but it is kind of stabbish.
But it could backfire real fucking bad.
Oh
like,
yeah,
that could
could
come
be
off
awful.
as corny as shit.
This is why Scream is so fascinating to me, though, is because whatever they do with this movie, they like. I mean, honestly, I could sit down right now, and I'm not sure. If you told me, okay, you have to write a Scream movie. You have to write a Scream movie, and also Nev Campbell's going to be back, and Dewey's going to be back, everybody's going to be back. You have to write a movie, and you have to make it original. You have to make it different. You have to make it in the vein of Wes Craven's Meta World. I'd have no fucking idea how to write that and make that ending without pissing somebody off or making it some generic Sydney's the Killer shit.
And you know what? Rose McGowan didn't die in the garage door opener. She's been the killer the entire time. Because you could survive that. You could survive that. She was only halfway.
Honestly, like which one's more survivable, her death or the TV falling on you? It's the TV.
No way, dude.
I will fucking. You know what I'm gonna do, Jay? You know what I'm gonna
go find that same size TV and feel how heavy it is.
I'm going to. I'm gonna find that TV and I'm gonna let you drop it on my fucking face, and I'm gonna let you stab me a couple times just to prove that he could still be alive.
And then we're gonna call it Jay watched a movie.
I'll fucking haunt you.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine, but you won't be here physically anymore.
That's it, guys. That's what we're doing. That's how we'll get views on the channel.
Hey, aren't they already making a new Jackass movie? Hey, bro, drop this big ass tube TV on my face.
Yeah, we had one episode of the new Mythbusters. I died. Jason Dyer says, "Why does Jay hate Scream so much? Jay, the smooth liquid silk shooter. This stream is so awesome. Bring back Stu." Thanks, Jason.
I don't hate Scream at all. Like, I don't know what you mean, man. I like Scream, and I've said this before. I like Scream, and I like Scream 2. Okay, I never got involved with the Scream franchise or hardcore into it as everybody else did. I feel like Scream was an amazing horror movie when it came out because it did something that no other horror movie ever did. But I think that that's what it was. I don't think that the franchise, as it continued along, had the same kind of longevity as something like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th or Halloween. Because then, at least in those films, you're dealing with supernatural beings and it makes sense. Now, you did the copycat killer thing in Scream 2, and you could even play with the Scream 3 thing, even though that movie really sucked. But eventually it burns out to a point where it doesn't really make sense. And honestly, I don't look. The first one made sense, and I love the first one. The first one it deserves every accolade that it gets for what it is. Okay, it's the Nirvana of the horror movies. It really was. It set horror on its head in the mid '90s for good. But that made sense, and I'm not trying to even get into the whole like guy girl thing, but the first movie had two dudes moving around, girls or guys or whatever. They were stronger in a lot of, physical ways. And then you move on to the second and third one, and then they start playing around with the gender stuff. And I'm like, you know what? First off, I've seen Hayden Panettiere, and I've seen like the little girl, the sizes that they had, Sydney's niece. And you're gonna tell me this little bitch fucking took down full-grown men and was able to move them around like they weighed like twigs? I mean, was she popping steroids in the back? I got to a point where it was like so unbelievable, like it became stupid. That's why I didn't like it. But Scream was the first Scream, and even the second Scream I do enjoy. I don't hate the Scream series. I just feel like Scream is a really, really hard movie to bring fresh to an audience now. It really is. I mean, and I feel like it was almost a blessing and a curse. Blessing when it came out, everybody loved it, and it's regarded in high regard all the time, every time by any horror fan. But a curse because it's really hard to move forward with that movie into today's world because they use so much outdated technology now. It's hard to do it. It's just and again, Wes Craven was the first M. Night Shyamalan. He really was. With that movie, one of the first M. Night Shyamalans ever. And once that surprise is over, it's over.
Yeah, I think it'd be way easier if just, hey, they're remaking it. They're going to do a new cast, and they're remaking the whole thing, and they're going to start from square one. That would be very obvious. You understand what they're doing. Not saying I would want that. I'm fascinated by it though because I have a huge amount of faith in the people who are making it because I've loved everything that they've done so far. and apparently the script has blown people away, and it seems like they got something there. And for me, I look at it and go, I don't know how the fuck you make that. I just don't know how you make this a good movie. And then the fact that it's coming out, it's in the can, it's done, and apparently it's fucking great. Oh man, I can't fucking wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, it could be a gigantic letdown too. You just never know.
It's one of those movies, like, it's a 50-50, dude. And you watch the trailer for it. Like, look, when you watch Halloween Kills, for example, you already know. Like, even the haters know it's going to be a good movie. Like, they even have to swallow that big cock and say it's going to be a good movie. It's going to have at least something for everybody. But Scream 5 could literally suck. It could be one of the worst horror movie reboots or franchise sequels ever. It could. And we just talked about that. Why is a 5th sequel always the worst?
Ooh, damn, that is bad foreshadowing. If that's the case.
Really bad. I know.
Holy shit, I did say that just fucking earlier. Pencil
we'll see what happens.
Says Micah J, love you both. Y'all both funny as hell. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I like
Chef
you.
Bo,
you want to come to my bar mitzvah?
Chef Bo says, "Oh, how about a Surf Ninjas commentary? Eventually, that'll probably go on Patreon. But that's right, we can't find the fucking movie.
We can't find it.
It's like an out of print bullshit.
Yeah, dude. I tried. I was gonna buy it on Amazon Prime. I got Amazon Prime. I was gonna buy it physically, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it digitally. So we're kind of fucked there. I don't know. And then YouTube didn't even. I thought there was gonna be some like shady pirate asshole that uploaded the whole movie on YouTube. Nope. So they're gonna probably release it for like $95 in Canada, and I guess
yeah, it's always been hard to find that one. Gary Callis says, "What do you think about Tony Todd being one of the many Candyman they call them the Hive? Rumor is the new one becomes Candyman because cops pull him over and he dies." I
don't know about any of that. I don't. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you right. What you just described, that sounds shitty. I don't want there to be a cult of Candyman. I like the original idea with Tony Todd. The fact that this dude was tortured and because of his skin color, and he comes back as a vengeful ghost, and them doing that, like, why don't you just keep that formula? Tony Todd could have been a goddamn detective in it. I love Tony Todd, but you're not going to cast Tony Todd as Candyman. Just cast him as a detective and create the original OG plot. The idea that there's a cult, though, like, that's stupid. What the fuck are you talking about? Because you could say, what if there was a cult of Michael Myers, and a different Michael Myers always took a different. That's why his mask changed. Say that. If there was a cult of Michael Myers, that's why his mask changed all the time, because it was a different Michael Myers each time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so stupid.
I wouldn't like that part either. They'd have to write it in some cool way for sure. Mike Breimer says, we give my buddy Homegrown Steve a shout out as Dr. Loomis and tell him Trump lost the election and to get over it. LOL.
What's his name?
Is it Homegrown Steve?
Okay, by the way, Homegrown Steve, this channel is not affiliated with any politics whatsoever, okay? So I'm just going to tell you this.
I'm going to switch my camera while you do this.
Okay. Homegrown Steve. I don't know how to tell you this, but the one that looks like a Cheeto, that has hair that looks like it was plastered on with super glue, Gorilla. He lost. Homegrown Steve. What you need to have is maybe better homegrown opinions if you think this Trump stump won. Okay? He ran The Apprentice for a long time. He would tell people, you're fired. That's what he would say. Well, guess what? You got fired from the Oval Office. You got fired from the highest office this land offers you. You know why? Because you look like shit. You look like a crumpled, goddamn, Cheeto-infested nightcrawler. A worm. Wiggling themselves up from the dirt. And people said, I've had enough. So you lost, Donald Trump. And Homegrown Steve, I'm sure he appreciates your allegiance. But I'm sure it's lost when he counts his money. Like Uncle Scrooge in his vault when he's counting his coins one by one. And he says, oh, Homegrown Steve made a post, and he said, Donald Trump won. I fooled another. And then he continues counting his millions. Shut up. He lost. Your president is in the office right now. Whether you agree or you don't agree, it's your president. Stop being stupid. You go to work every day? Yes. Do you have a job? Hopefully. Do you like your country? Hopefully. Guess what? Your president is your president right now. Trump, the stump, lost. No more. I'm done with it. I got more important things to do. Do you know there's a serial killer that will stab your homegrown ass to death? He will stab you to death. And you know what he'll say? He won't say who you voted for. He'll say, what's your blood type? You stupid asshole. He lost. Get out of my face. Go get better values. Shut up.
Go get better values. Andrew Contreras says, off topic, but there was a tweet that read, I gave Parker Posey her pain medicine because she has a bad back from carrying the entire Scream 3 movie. Oh, damn, that's fucked up. That's a sick burn, yo. I honestly don't know who Parker Posey is.
They literally are talking about politics right now. Guys,
it's a joke, buddy.
It's a fucking joke. Listen, we don't talk about politics here because there's never been one discussion here that's actually related to honest to God politics because, you know, we don't think you guys would like that. Listen, if you want us to make fun of Biden, fine. I will. I have no problems doing that. I don't give a shit. I don't care. The point being is we had a super chat that asked me to talk about that. That's what I did. By the way,
if Jay only talked about his personal appearance, not about his politics.
I've never, I don't know. Listen, the reality of it is, the reality of it is like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, I just want to put this right out here. Okay. I just want to make sure that we all are on the same page. Mike and I, we are a comedy show. We hope that you guys enjoy it and we hope that you guys are having a good time. The point being is like, listen, as far as honest to God political discussion, we don't do any of that shit. Mike is sucking a hot cup of tea like he sucks a hot
I was
cock
blowing
in the
this
middle of the night.
conversation out.
I know. All I'm saying is like, I just don't want people to get confused because I've seen these things before and people get mad about it. The thing about it is, calm the fuck down, grow a goddamn sense of humor and get over yourself. People have made fun of they made fun of politicians since like the beginning of time. These are all parodies and they're jokes. Okay. There's no politics going on here.
Oh, wait, let me see. Okay. Anthony Stamp says, I recently watched General Commander with Steven Seagal, and it was so bad. I just want to know if you guys have ever seen any of the straight to DVD Steven Seagal movies. I've seen bits and pieces.
Because all the guys that made that movie with him died because Steven Seagal punched them to death.
He killed them in real life. I mean, yeah, I've watched bits and pieces. I watched one where Steven Seagal was supposed to be like a mob boss, and holy fucking choli, man. I can't do it. It is shit. Like, you know how people say, like, I can't watch this movie because it shits on my childhood. Watching Steven Seagal act now shits on my childhood. I can't do it. It's just so bad. It's just
watching Steven Seagal act now is watching an elephant. It's like watching an elephant take a shit at a circus. Like, that's not part of the show, but you just see this big giant turd.
And it used to be a tiger.
Yeah, that elephant is taking a big shit in the middle of the circus. What? Yeah, that's not part of the show.
It's so bad. It's like there's not even any funny quality to it. It just makes you sad. Austin says, can I get Jay Slenderman arguing with Pinhead on what pleasure actually is? I think they have two very different definitions. I don't know if you want to go back and forth as Pinhead, but I would just do Slenderman's point to Pinhead about it. Just to keep it brief.
For pleasure? Is that what it was? Just for pleasure?
Yeah, on what pleasure actually is. I think they have two very different definitions.
I'll start you off with, we have such sights to show you. I mean, no, you don't, though. Not really. I mean, because you come over here with your nipples pierced and you have chains like hanging on in the ceiling, and there's blue walls everywhere. I mean, it doesn't even ask you to change me walls. Why should you bring in your own like DJ here? Like, they changed the walls. They changed the colors when you came into the room. First off, what you think pleasure is, though, seriously? I mean, you think that me won't like chains going through my face while you rub on me nipple? Me don't want that. Me don't think that good. Flesh is only in the mind. No, actually, it's on my skin. So you wrong. It's on my bones. So me don't want to have you pleasure is all about ripping skin from your bones. Me don't think so, child. You're not gonna rip me bones and me flesh and say Hey, you should have a good time. Me ain't gonna have a good time. You know what me gonna do? Me gonna get mad at you and not invite you to me birthday party. That's what me gonna do. So you need to go back inside that wall there. Go back to the labyrinth and tell the labyrinth and the Leviathan that you gonna change your race or you're not coming. So stop it. Me not into that kind of grisly stuff. I mean, get down me fools. That went on longer than it should have, but
that's all right. All right, guys. And then, Todd J says James Hugh Courtney and Robert England will be in Pittsburgh for Steel City Con. You guys should make an appearance that weekend. It's very far from us, this Pittsburgh, but we are really wanting soon to definitely do some traveling for cons, man, for sure. And I just read that. I'm an idiot. Ty Xavius Bennett. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. It says, okay, one last thing. I sent you guys a video of Michael Myers during the prison scene in Halloween 2018, and it has Dr. Zluma's voice in the background talking about Michael. I'd love to see your reaction to it. If you send it to the email, man, we'll definitely take a look at it, man. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the super chat, and we appreciate all of you guys. Tonight's been crazy. It's been a nutty night. We will be back live again Friday afternoon. We're doing an afternoon stream on Friday, early in the day. And we'll give you guys the time and stuff on that. But really appreciate all your support tonight. Everybody, the mods working on the people who are being jerk-offs.
The mods, man. They're the MVPs, man. No doubt.
This is the last show where we will at all recognize the people doing that. If they show up and do it again, we'll get more mods. We'll do whatever we got to do. But we're not going to mention a peeping fucking word about anything that they do ever again on this show. That I can promise you. It will not take up a single goddamn second of any future content in any of our videos fucking ever. That's my promise to you.
Huge shout out to the 300 plus people that stayed around tonight despite the bullshit that was happening. We really appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And again, yes, the MVPs are the mods. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you for keeping the channel at least like a semblance of like normalcy, because I know it was rough. But yeah, you're right. These fuckers, all they want is like a little attention. They just want a little attention. They want to suck at your nipple for just a minute. And I'm done. I don't want to give them any more attention. Yeah, even if you send a stripper to my house that looks hot as fuck, that's carrying a Buffalo Wild Wings tray of greatness, I will not give you fucking attention.
This chat was fucking superheroes tonight, man.
Awesome.
You guys were fucking amazing. Don't let that overshadow that. You guys the fucking stars of the show tonight. Jess McLaughlin says, "Sups, broskies, long 12 hours ahead of me on the night shift. You dudes make it a little more bearable being at a job I hate, but I have a family to support. Hey, proud of you, man. Good for you for fucking do what you got to do. Love the content. Keep it coming. Glad we can help, Jesse. Really appreciate you, brother. And appreciate that as well. And then Andrew Contreras says, before y'all go, I got to say that I love the YouTube shorts, and I hope there are more to come. Thanks, Andrew. There definitely are. More movies in under a minute, and Bad Mass and all that good shit. Love you all. Love the mods. Love the chat. You're all sexy, sweet human beings, and I want to take every single one of you into my bunk tonight. We'll see you guys Friday.
It's going to smell like Jason's taint.
I'm going to go eat some fucking pizza.